Like literally, thank you for joining today's session. I promise today's session is going to be very enlightening, very interactive. And I can guarantee you one thing again is you're going to be learning a lot in today's session. Okay. So, how are we all doing today? Just put it in the chat. One word. How are you doing today? How's the weekend been for you? Okay. Just one word. How do you describe your weekend or how's it been for you so far? So just drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go. So I want to hear from you guys. How has your weekend been so far? Just drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Drop, drop, drop it in the chat. Okay. All right. Oh, fantastic. I can see quite a number of people now. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Good. Perfect. Amazing. So we're going to be using the chat about today, guys. I would want you to try to take your time to just open the chat section because that's the best way you learn. That's the best way we also have a good time in today's session. Okay. And I usually like to start with this because, just to set tone. Uh, if one should ask you a question like, tell me, how was last year for you? You remember only the fun times. You only remember things that were fun. You don't remember things that were not fun. Okay, I was the secondary school days. I was your university school days. All those times, the good old days. You only remember them because they were fun. You don't remember the days that you were working hard or you were, the fun days. So that's the best way to learn. Also, the only way you learn is also if you're having fun while you're learning. Okay, and that's why today's session we're going to be having a good time. We're going to be having fun, but we're also going to be learning. Okay, in the same vein. So thank you very much for taking our time to join today's session. And today's session is going to be a very interesting topic. It's an interesting topic. We're going to be discussing why do Africans in the UK, US, and Canada. A little bit of caveat in there is we usually use US, Canada, and the UK just because that's like the popular places people relocate to. So if you're currently in Ireland, you're currently in Asia, somewhere in Asia, you're currently in the Middle East, you are anywhere in the world, really, you're outside of Africa, you're relocated. We are going to be speaking to you today. Okay. So why do these people, often face challenge when they relocate? That's a major aspect that we are going to be talking in today's session. All right, so I'm going to disable annotations, okay? And I'll clear all I can see on my screen at the moment. Okay, fantastic. So thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to be having quite a number of good conversations in today's session. And I want you guys to also please feel free to ask questions. So don't wait for me to be the one to ask you a question before you actually go ahead to ask your questions. Please feel free to ask your questions. Okay. So thank you very much for joining again. If this is your first time attending any of Ten Analytics Tech Series events, please just drop a one in the chat. So if this is the first time you're attending any of our session, please put a one in the chat. Please put a one in the chat. All right. So put a one in the chat if this is your first time attending any of our tech series events. Just put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat real soon. Okay, real quick. All right. I can see quite a number of newcomers in the house. Okay, yeah, fantastic. Okay, okay. I can see what okay, majority of you are sending me direct messages. Okay, I'm not sure why. Okay, so thanks a lot for that. So if you joined for the first time, let's jump straight into it. And if you're a returning customer, we are always happy to have you on board 100%. So for the people that are just meeting us for the first time, I would like to tell you more about what we do at Tenalytics. Okay, so Tenalytics is an educational technology firm. What we specialize in is the goal for us essentially is to get more Africans into the tech space. All right, so we do this through two things through awareness, what we are doing at the moment, through awareness, just to let you know that there are other opportunities, okay, that can actually get you what you're looking for, the career path that you're looking for. You want to transition, you want to start a new career, whatever the case might be, this is the best place to be. That's the first. So we create awareness and we also hold people into their desired tech career path. Okay. So that's exactly what we do. So the goal for us is to get more Africans interested first and also help them land their first job in the tech space. So we've been doing this for the last 4 years, and we've helped well over 2,000 plus people transition to make this transition, starting from zero, no experience, no experience, no background whatsoever, and they're able to transition to getting their first job in the tech space. Now, if today you're looking to make that transition, you are in the right place. You're in the right place. So all I need you to do today is listen. Now, I mentioned the number 2,000 plus people. 2,000 people getting their first job in the tech space, no prior experience, nothing, and they were able to land their first job. Now, I'm very sure as a beginner, you probably have a little doubt that how is that possible? How do you have no experience in something? How can that happen? And you're seeing 2,000 people. Well, guess what, guys? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the things that we have done. I'm going to show you life, human being, okay? that have gone through the analytics and they are doing fantastically well with their careers in tech. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be discussing all this. I'm going to show you, like, literally, there's no gatekeeping. I'm not gatekeeping any information whatsoever. So I'll be here to shed more light about all the things that we've done and also why Africans find it difficult to transition to get a job when they relocate. Now, number one, things that we're going to talk about in today's session. We're only going to talk about four things in today's session. Number one is why do Africans in the UK, US, and Canada often face challenges of securing a value, high level job? Okay, that's the first question. Second thing is we're also going to discuss your pathway to becoming a tech professional, your pathway to becoming a tech professional and securing a job. So if you're going to be learning a new skill today, if you're going to be spending the next 2, 3 months, 4 months learning a new skill, you're not learning that skill for the fun of it, okay, as an adult. You're learning that skill to see how you can better your career, to get a better job, to get a better life, to secure some kind of job in terms of flexibility and so on and so forth. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is one of the key aspect in which has helped a lot of people have gone through analytics, help them in securing their first job, which is the analytics growth internship program. Okay, the analytics growth internship program. So I'll talk more about that as we go on. And last but not the least, we have a special discount if you wait till the end of the session. So the discount is only for people that wait till the end of the session. So if you want to be a part of it, 100% you need to wait till the end of the session. So let me say this again. I'm happy that you guys are here and I'm excited to have you all on board this session today. Okay, so thank you very much for joining the game. So we're going to start first with number one. Number one is why do Africans, find it challenging to get secure a high level job when they relocate? That's the first we're going to talk about. So now, who is your facilitator? Who is this person speaking to you today? My name is Ifemena April, and I am the co-founder of Tenalytics. All right. My experience spans quite a number of industries and also quite a number of subject areas, but I don't like to talk about that. I'll shed more light on that. But I usually like to start with the fact that I did not study computer science in school. I studied economics. Okay, so I did economics while in university in Nigeria, Lee City University. I did that for 4 years, graduated, and after graduating, I was looking to get a job. I got a job as a management consultant. So you see, I don't have any background in tech, like nothing, zero background in technology, nothing. Okay. So I studied economics, started working as a management consultant. Both are non-technical skills, okay, non-tech roles, okay. But you see, while I was working as a consultant, was when I made that conscious decision to transition into the tech space. Okay, so I was looking at a more, flexible, more rewarding career, and tech was the way, and that was when I started looking at data analytics, data science, and so on. So in the last decade, I've worn the cap of different careers within the tech space. So I've worked as a data analyst, a data scientist, a data engineer, business analyst, business systems analyst, and so on and so forth. Okay. So, my experience spans quite a number of industries also. But the key thing is, yes, I've gotten the experience, I've been able to transition and so on and so forth. But now the key thing I wanted to bring it out, that's why I like to talk about myself first, because I don't have that background. So if you're joining us today, you don't have any background in tech, you did not study anything computer science related, now I'm with you. Okay, I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're going through. I understand everything because I have gone through it also. And I'm going to be shedding more light about my own personal experience and things that you could do to become more successful when you're transitioning into the tech space. Okay, so I would like to know, I'd like to know where you guys are joining from. Let me just put it there. All right. So I can easily, tailor the session to suit you a lot better. So drop your country, just the country. Okay. So if you're currently in the UK, you're in Canada, you're in the US, you're in Nigeria, you are in Ghana. Where are you currently? So I have United States, I have UK. All right, fantastic. I need more people, guys, more people. So where are you joining from? Scotland, UK. All right, UK, UK, UK. All right, quite a number of guys from the UK. Oh, I have someone from Ireland, Tanzania. All right, good, 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 good. I love this. All right, very diversified, very, very interesting. I'm happy to see you guys. Okay, Canada, US, UK, Tanzania. Okay, Nigeria, and so on. All right, let's go on. Let's go on. Okay. So now it always seems impossible until it is done. It always seems difficult. It always seems hard. It always seems impossible until it is done. And that's exactly what I would like to start with before I start to talk about all the things that you need to talk about. Now, well, like I mentioned earlier, we at Analytics, we've helped over 2,000 plus people transition into the tech space. Now, these are some of the people that I'm going to be showing you, okay? So you would see here we have Abigail. Okay, I'll just do it very briefly, just to let you know that if you put your time, you put your effort, and you go through to analytics, there is success at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so you see Abigail. Abigail was working as a care worker. Okay, she was working as a care worker in Canada, and she was able to transition to the role of a business analyst within a year. Okay, currently, she works as a business analyst with the government of Alberta in Edmonton. Now, Joel, another person, was a chemical engineer, all his experience around chemical engineering, but was able to transition into the role of a data engineer. Now, these roles, because they carry engineer, are not the same thing. There's no similarity, literally. Okay, in terms of skill set, in terms of what is required, they are not the same. But was able to transition from the career path of a chemical engineer to a data engineer. And that's exactly what people have been, what the success in which people have been able to achieve going through the training program. We also have Ramat, okay, no experience within the tech space, was able to land a fully sponsored job in the UK as a business analyst. All right, full visa sponsorship. Now we also have Muhyiddin, based in Nigeria, currently resides in Nigeria. Okay, we have Muhyiddin, currently resides in Nigeria, but works for BBX as a business development analyst in the UK. So he currently works fully remotely for a company in the UK as a business development analyst. Okay, you see the roles we're talking about now. Now we also have Bukola. All right, Bukola was recommended by a friend recommended analytics to her. The friend got a job going through analytics. The friend was able to land a job. Now, the friend recommended Bukola should do the same. Go through the training program and let's see what happens. Bukola got a job just a couple of weeks ago. Okay, currently works as a people data scientist after the training program. So you see, these are things that people like yourself are able to achieve just going through the training program. And there are more people, but I'm not going to spend too much time on these people. Okay, there are more people out there that have gone through analytics and they've been able to secure their first job in the tech space. All right, I'll run through these other people. I have Tony. Tony also was a pharmacist back home in Nigeria. Okay, she was a pharmacist and she was able to land a job as a benefit analyst with the NHS in the UK. Also comes with full sponsorship. All right. So you see, the trend is there. Vivian went through the data science program, was able to get a job as a data scientist. Okay. And a few months later, she got another job, second job. Okay. And she was able to get a job as an associate manager, as a data and business analytics manager with a company in the UK. So she was currently the first job, she was working remotely for a company in France. Okay. The second one she got, she was working as an associate manager, data and analytics, okay, for a company in the UK. These are things that we have been able to achieve. We also have Oluwadamilare, okay, who got a job as a sustainability analyst with a company in the UK. Anointing got a job as a performance data analyst with another company in the UK. Ikmat was able to get a job, okay, as a business and as a data analyst with the NHS, working full visa sponsorship. Now, the also interesting thing about Anointing's story is Anointing recommended, so you see, two other data roles were available. So the HR consultant asked Anointing to recommend. He recommended two people from Analytics and they got the job. So you see, these are the things that we have been able to achieve. Okay. And these are some of the people from this year. These are just a few of the people from this year that we're talking about. So, and there are more people, what I would say is, we are going to, what I'm going to say now is the links are here. So you say listen to Tony, listen to Vivian, listen to Damilare, listen to Stephen, and listen to Ikmat. The links are there for you to watch these people, listen to what they have to say. Okay. And that's where you can see like these people have nothing different. Like the only difference is just the fact that they were able to start and were able to make that transition into their career path. So let me see, which of these people would you like to listen to? All right. Let me just play Tony's video. Let me play Tony's video. Then, at any point in time, you get the material. If you fill the attendance form that's on the form, so if you go to the comment section, you would see fill attendance sheets. Okay, if you fill the form, you fill that sheet itself, you fill the attendance, you will get access to the materials and everything that we're using in the training program today. So all you need to do is that fill the attendance and the materials, everything will be sent to you. So once you get the material, all you need to do is you see click here, and I'm going to play some of their videos for you. So you would listen to them that, okay, you would see for yourself the things that we have been able to achieve. So I'm going to share my,
Hello
give me a
everyone, my
second.
name is
I'm just going to share my audio to be sure that I can share my audio. Okay, I think I'm sharing my audio already. Yeah. So I'm going to share this with you. I'm just going to put this here so you'd see for yourself.
doing. Hello everyone, my name is Doing, and I recently got a job as a benefits analyst in the UK. I've come from a medical background as a pharmacist, was interested in breaking into tech. My first encounter with analytics was on LinkedIn. I joined one of their masterclass, just one masterclass where Ifemina spoke, and it just took that masterclass to convince me. I joined in August, and a month after, I got a job. To be honest with you, every information skill that I was able to apply to get that job, I owe it to Tenalytics. Tenalytics did a great job and is still doing a great job. They groom you and nurture you from the cradle till you become confident. So my advice for you, most importantly, is join. Be integrated into a platform that empowers you and allows you to easily get that first job.
So that's exactly what Tony had to say about going through the training program and her securing a first job within the NHS as a benefit analyst. So you see exactly what she said. She's coming from a pharmacy background, also a non-technical background. Number two, she started the training program and she was able to get a job a month into the training program. 1 month into the training program. I didn't see that this is Tony's personal testimonial. Okay, so without wasting too much time, like I said earlier, it only seems impossible. It only seems hard. It only seems impossible until somebody else does it. Okay, and these people have done it, and that's the reason why they are in your front. Like they are facing you at the moment, and they're telling you about their experience and what they've been able to achieve. Now, moving on to let's go straight into the main meat of today's session, which is if a MENA. Okay, this is a question most people would ask. If a MENA, why do Africans find it difficult to get a proper job when they relocate? Now, this is a question that boggles a lot of people, and I'll tell you for free, when I also relocated, I felt the same issues. So I'm going to be discussing some of the things, okay, some of the major things that impact a lot of Africans from getting a proper job when they relocate. Now, let's start. That's the question. Now, what's the first thing I would like to talk about? You see, when people relocate, everybody thinks of what? Let's start afresh. like a fresh opportunity, a fresh environment, a new environment. Let me start afresh. You see, when I was looking to relocate also, a lot of people that were either outside the country or even back home in Nigeria were advising me that if you're you have to put down your edge, you're going to a new country, start from the scratch, they were always telling me to start from the scratch, that's exactly, start afresh. It felt like I was eating reset and I was starting my life all over again. Now that's it's not a very great way to move into a new country. Okay. Now, because you're starting afresh, what do you do majority of the time? You see all those your experiences that you had in Nigeria or back home in Africa, you discount everything. You feel it's not important. You feel it is not great. You feel it is not quality enough for you to be able to get a job. So what do? You now over rely on your degrees and certificates. So you see a lot of people that are relocating. Oh, I'm doing the certification. Oh, I'm doing my master's. When I finish my master's, I'm going to do my PhD, and so on and so forth. So this over reliance on degrees and certificates. So because of the fact that you're relocating, you have that feeling that I need to start all over from scratch. So your past experiences back home from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, South Africa, or anywhere in Africa, you now discount it. It's not important anymore. So what you now rely on now is what you rely on to differentiate yourself from other applicants is the fact that I have a degree and I have this certificate. Meanwhile, in the job market, what differentiates you is not your degree and certificate. Is not your degree and certificate. Do you know the reason why it's not your degree and certificate that separates you? I will tell you now. Everybody in the job market has pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. Now, in terms of if you look at the job position, I want you guys to go and look at any job position that you want to get yourself into. If there is a educational background that is needed for you to do the job, you would see must have studied economics, mathematics, statistics, computer science, or any other related field. Now that's clause over there can be it is the most subjective thing they can put in a job requirement. Any other related field. So it means that, I mean, if you study anything related, you went to university, that anything that is slightly related to what you are fine, you're good to go. So if you think that your master's or some kind of certification is going to separate you, you are already at a disadvantage because millions of people already have those things. So it's not separating you. It doesn't give you any advantage. It's the first thing you need to understand. Now let's talk about certificate. We've left degree alone. So you see a lot of people still asking this question. I'm going to Canada, I'm going to the US, I'm going to the UK. What certification should I do now in order for me to separate myself when I start applying for a job? The key thing is other people within the same economy you're going to also have the same certificate. Okay. I was speaking to one of the recruiters recently. All right. She's based in the US. All right. She recruits majorly for guys in the US, remote and data analysts, project managers. She recruits a lot of data professionals and also project managers. Now, I was asking about, when she's, looking to hire for a new role, what are the key things that she's looking out for? I was like, is certificate something that she looks out for? Because even from my point, I wanted to see from another person's perspective, okay? And she was like, if a man, to be honest with you, she doesn't look at certification. And I was like, okay, why? What was the main reason why? She said she has seen and she has heard of people writing certificate program for other people. So if you say, oh, I have a IIBA, for example, your IIBA, there is no proof to show that you wrote the exams yourself. Okay. There is no proof to show that you wrote that particular exam yourself or the PMI. Okay. So you can say that, oh, I have a certificate. Another person could say, I have the same certificate. Everybody has that same certificate. Now, everybody that goes through the recruitment process, even if you say you have that certificate, you guys will likely be asked the same question. Can you tell me about a time you have done X, Y, Z? Okay. Can you tell me about a time you've implemented this particular methodology? or this particular technique? And what was the impact of this implementation, and all that? You see, that's where your certificate can never get you experience. So you see, if you look at the job board or you go out there to look at different job sites and all that, you see that majority of this, they need you to have experience. So your degrees and certificate that you are relying on to be a differentiating factor from other candidates that are applying for the same job is not, your degree and certificate is not important. It's not significant. If you know anybody within the tech space or anybody within the tech space, I'll tell you, one, ask them this question. How many of them submitted their certificates or their degrees when they got the job? Zero. Not a single person will tell you that, oh, they asked me about the master's, so I give them a master's certificate. Or they said, do I have this Google certificate, Google data analyst certificate, and I provided this with for them. It doesn't happen. So you see, that over reliance on degree and certificates, when you use it for the first job, they decline you. You use it for the second job, they also decline you. You use it for the third one, they decline you. What happens ideally? It's a mindset thing, okay? Whereby I tell people I have masters, I have masters, I have masters, I have PhD, and nobody's giving me the opportunity. What happens at the end of the day? You see, a lot of people just let it loose. Like, this is not my country. So let me go and look, let me settle for a menial job to get myself by. Do you understand? To survive. So that's exactly what we're talking about. Degrees and certificates will never, it doesn't give you an advantage applying for a job. Either it's a tech role or it's not a tech role. I can tell you categorically, your degrees and certificates will not give you the advantage you're looking for. Experience is what you should be looking for. Now, I'm very sure you'll be asking this question. If you mean that, how do I get experience? How? I mean, I've never done this before in my life. How do I want to get experience? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about shortly. Now, the second one is downplaying past work experience. Now, I spoke about this briefly the last time I was talking. So, if you're relocating, a lot of people tell you start from scratch. How many of us heard this? How many of us have heard this before? Put a two, number two in the chat. If you've ever heard somebody tell you you need to start all over from scratch when you're relocating. Forget all those. You forget that you're a manager in Nigeria. Come to Canada and you start washing plates. Start from scratch. How many of us has heard stuff like that? Number two, let me see. Put a two in the chat if you have heard of this before. Fantastic. I can see quite a number of people have heard it. So I'm not the only one that is hearing this. Okay. So you see, people say this, start from scratch. Don't mind what you're doing in Nigeria. Don't mind what you're doing in Africa. As you're coming now, be humble, start. If it's Uber, do Uber. If it is this, if it is that, if it is, start from scratch. Discounting the wealth of experience that you've had from your own country. So you see, what you needed to do, and this is where networking, mentorship, and sessions like this, what we're doing today, this is why we're doing what we're doing. Remember, the essence of we running analytics is not just to help people get jobs within the tech space, it's also to enlighten you. It's also get you interested that to change that mindset that people usually had, people have when relocating. So you see, your past experience is very much valid in the countries that you're going to. 100%. The experience that you have home, even if you're working as a customer service representative, it is 100% valid. It is useful. Okay? If you're a business person, you're doing running a business, you never worked for any organization, you never worked as an employee, your experience as a business person is 100% valid. Okay? 100% valid. So don't downplay on any experience that you had back home. The only thing I'll tell you to do, the only thing I'll tell you to do is the way you sell yourself in Nigeria. Okay, even if you look at it in real sense, you guys know Milo, Milo. Okay, Milo. The way it has been the way Milo is advertised in Nigeria, in Africa, is absolutely different from the way Milo is advertised outside the country. Very different. So you see that Milo, they don't do it outside the country. I remember when I was in Ireland, somebody brought out, Milo. I was taking out, hot chocolates, and I was like, oh, Milo. See, like I wanted to, vibe on the same frequency, like Milo. The clapping sound they make, and it was looking at me and was surprised, like, what is this guy saying? Like, what are you talking about? So The way they advertise Milo in Nigeria or across Africa, where you do Milo, quack, 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 and they clap, and we're all excited about the advertisement and all that. It's not the way they sell them that same product outside the country. It's not the same way they sell it in another continent entirely. Okay? So you see, the way your experience exists in Nigeria, okay, is valid. It's 100% valid. It's like the same Milo tin, the same tin of Milo. It's the same way. But you see, the way it is being sold in Nigeria is different from the way it's being sold outside the country. So what you need to do, and that's why I kept that keyword there, revamp. Revamp the way you talk about your experience. That's all. Revamp. The only thing that you need to change is the way you tell the story about your experience. So you can't just say that, oh, yes, I work as a program coordinator. I coordinate things. Okay. I know how to coordinate things. Anything we need in the office, I know how to get it done. All right. Yeah, that's literally that's somebody's response I spoke to this week. Okay. She's based in the UK. All right. She just relocated with the family. The husband is doing his master's and she wants to work full time. Okay, she wants to work full time because she's a dependent and she can work as much as she can. Now, I was asking her, we are just having that conversation. Tell me about your experience. Tell me what you do. Oh, I was working for, a fintech company back home in Nigeria. I was a program coordinator, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, what are the things that you do as a program coordinator? She was like, I get things done in the office. Anything that needs to be done, I get it done. And I was like, okay, what are these things that you get done? And if there's a conflict resolution or if there is this particular issue, I get it done. How do you get it done? What process do you go through to get that thing done? These are things that you need to talk about. So we don't use all these terminologies in Nigeria or back home in Nigeria. And that's what I'm talking about, revamping your past experience. It's valid. It's not useless. You did it home for the last 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. It's not useless. You can still use that same experience in the home country you're going to. So that leads me up to the next one. Okay. The next one is still on experience. You see a lot of people that relocate and they will tell you immediately you're landing, they'll tell you, you need UK experience, you need Canada experience, you need US experience. These things are major misconceptions about getting a job abroad. So if you're getting to Ireland for the first time, you're just landing in Ireland, you see a lot of people say that, oh, you need Irish experience to get a job in Ireland. You need UK experience to get a job in the UK. You need Canada experience to get a job in Canada, and so on and so forth. So it's a major misconception. Like I said, the only thing that you need to do about that, your past experience, is to revamp it. It's not useless. It is not useless. Your past experience can be revamped to sell yourself a lot better. Okay, so Canada, UK, US experience is it's major fallacies, major fallacy. So, guys, if you want to get access to this material, please, I want you guys to fill the attendance form in order for you to get access to the recording and also the material. So you can check out all these things. You can read it at your own time and all that. Now, UK, US, and Canada, again, experience is just major fallacies. Let me tell you exactly how that came about. And let me explain it from my own perspective. So when I relocated the first time, when I relocated, not first time, when I relocated to Ireland. So Ireland was the place I went to do my master's, then I was looking to get a job. So you see, I'd already heard people tell me that I needed UK experience or I needed Ireland experience, Irish experience to get a job in Ireland. So, everybody was telling me just ensure that on your CV, let them see that you're currently working in Ireland. So what did I do? I went to go and get like a menial job. I got a menial job. So I put it on my CV that I was actually working in a warehouse. Okay. So I put a menial job. I put like I was a warehouse operative and I put the description. I put that I was working in Ireland and so on and so forth. Do you know, I got the most significant rejection that period for doing that, putting it on my CV that I was a warehouse operative and I was applying for data related roles. So you see, that warehouse operative, okay, and the job description I put there were not really data inclined. I got a significant amount of rejection email, like constant rejection email. So you see, that is a major reason why you see a lot of people get frustrated because you're applying for a program coordinator role, or you're applying for a project manager role, or you're applying for a data analyst position. And in that your data analyst CV that you're using to apply, you currently put customer service representative because that's what you're doing in the UK. That's what you're doing in Canada. So you put it there as your current job. I'll tell you, they will read you out immediately without even wasting time. Even if you have experience back home from Nigeria, they read you out immediately because the job title and the job title that you're applying for doesn't match 100%. So you see that UK, Canada experience that you think that is likely going to give you an advantage. So you get a job in the warehouse, you get a job in care, you get a job in as a customer service representative, all that. Then you put it on your CV. Then you use it to apply for a proper job. You are putting yourself at a disadvantage, 100%. Okay. So that's exactly what we're talking about. Okay. So UK, US, Canada experience is absolutely it comes from frustration when you see people apply for several jobs and they get a lot of rejection. You rationalize that I don't have UK experience. That's the reason why I'm not getting the offer. Well, in the real sense, all you need to do is to revamp your past experience. So you see, like I talked about, somebody's asking the question, how do you explain revamping your past experience? So if you're working as a customer service representative, you work as a customer service and you want to get a job as a, let's say as a data analyst, okay? How do you convert your customer service experience into data analytics? Now, as a customer service representative, you can easily identify the days that you were busy and the days you were not busy. Okay, you can remember the peak time when you had a lot of calls and the peak times that you have a lot, the downtime when you don't have a lot of calls. Sorry, guys, just give me 1 minute, please. So, all right. So exactly what I was trying to say is it gives you customer service experience using it in data analytics. That's exactly what we're going to talk about now. So you remember the times where, as a customer service representative, the days of the week in which you have a lot of calls. So you find out that maybe it's only Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that you get a lot of calls. Okay. And maybe Monday and Tuesday you don't have a lot of calls. Now that's data analytics in the real sense of it. Because in order for you to know the times people actually call, the most. What do you do? You can easily then it was gut feeling, or it was just it wasn't like you analyzed any data, but it was something that you experienced. There were times during the day where you have a lot of people calling. So what did you do? Okay. So what did the business do at that point in time? Okay. So probably you advised that we hired more people on days that was a lot more busy. Or you recommended that, okay, can we implement like email rather than people calling us every time? Can we identify the key questions people ask and create like an FAQ, frequently asked questions on the website, and all that? So that's an experience. That is an experience. So you analyze the data and you're able to, profile recommendation. And based on your recommendation, this was the impact to the business itself. So you see, that's you revamping your experience and turning into that of a data analyst. And the same thing, you can use it for business analysts, you can use it for so many other experience, okay, in the same vein. So the next thing also, why a lot of people struggle to get a job is lack of focus. Okay? Lack of focus, I would say, is about 90% of the reason why a lot of people don't transition into the tech space. Lack of focus. So you see, one of your friends got a job as a cybersecurity analyst. You venture into cybersecurity analyst because of that person. You have another friend of yours that got another job as a project manager. Oh, project management is simpler. So let's go and do project management. You went into project management, you didn't finish it. You now look at the next one again. Another of your friend got a job as a data analyst. You now want to do data analyst. So within 3 months, you have changed career paths 3 times or 4 times because you always see the next career as the greener pasture. Okay. Now, the key thing you need to understand is there is no greener pasture. Okay, there's not like greener pasture. The only part that is green is the place that you take care of, that you water. All right, the place that you nurture, the places that you nurture are the places that become green for you. So take for example, like my own personal experience. I also got distracted. When I relocated to Ireland, I wanted to do software engineering. I was a data professional back home in Nigeria. I was doing a little bit of data analytics here and there. So I got to Ireland. A friend of mine got a job as a software engineer. I wanted to do software engineering. Another friend of mine wanted to do product design. Okay, got a job as a product designer. I did the same thing. Another of my friend got a job as an IT auditor. I wanted to do IT audits. Do you understand? So I just felt like I needed to get a job. Okay, and then to get it quick. So you see, I did that for like a period of almost 4 months, and nothing significant came out within that 4 months. So you see, the fact that you're hopping from one career path to the other every month is a new career, every 2 weeks is a new career path you're jumping into. It's one of the major reasons why people are not transitioning. Okay, so choose a career path and follow it 100%. Choose those career paths and follow it till the latter, follow it to the end. And I can guarantee you, you will land a job of your dream. Now, the next one is poor CV and LinkedIn profile. So you see, in order for you to get an offer, in order for you to even get a call from a recruiter to tell you that we love you and we want to speak to you, you need to have a stellar CV. You need to have a CV that stands out. Do you understand? So that's exactly where a lot of people fall short. Now, the CV that you're using back home, like I said earlier, the way you advertise yourself, the way a product is advertised in Nigeria is different from the way it is advertised in US, for example. It's very different. So the terminologies, the words, all the things that you put together, it's very different. So if you're using the CV that you use back home, or you use the same mentality to creating a CV to getting a job in the UK, US, or Canada, you're likely at a disadvantage also because you won't be able to pass through the system to get the offer that you're looking for. Okay, so poor CV is one of the major hindrance, also keeping people away from getting a proper job outside the country. LinkedIn profile is something else significant. A lot of people think LinkedIn is like a social media platform where you can go and congratulate people, you can share good news, you can share experiences and all that. Yes, that's the social aspect of it. But your LinkedIn profile should also stand as your repository of projects, of things that you have done. Okay. So if anybody comes to your profile, they know that this person knows exactly what they're doing. So you don't want to just use your LinkedIn to like people's posts and comment here and there, leave comments here and there. You want somebody to come to your profile and know that this is an experienced professional, whatever field you decide to focus on, this person knows exactly what they're doing. So your LinkedIn profile is not just a social, it's not just like your Instagram, okay, or your Twitter handle or whatsoever. Your LinkedIn profile is professional. You see, majority of the people that will call you for an interview would most likely affect you on LinkedIn would most likely would have checked you on LinkedIn. For myself, I have worked in the UK. I've done a lot of recruitment for startups and other organizations back home in the UK, and now also the same thing in Canada. I'll tell you for free. If I'm going to interview you, apart from looking at your CV and reading through your CV, I will check you out on LinkedIn. I will check you out on LinkedIn. And that's what other recruiters would do. So if your LinkedIn doesn't stand out, you are likely going to be at a disadvantage. Okay, so your LinkedIn profile should act as your repository of projects or things that you have done. Either you're writing an article or you're doing something innovative, or you're doing something different to stand out. That's exactly what keeps you. That's what gives you an advantage in the job market. Now, the next thing is poor interviewing skills. I already talked about the fact that can you even sell yourself? So you might even get a call from a recruiter and you find out that you're constantly getting rejection email. So you don't go past the first level or you don't go past the second level. So that's a major interview, poor interview skill. So you see, I'm going to go back to that same thing. The way Milo is being advertised in Nigeria is not the same way it is being advertised in the UK or the US or in Canada. There are ways you need to sell yourself when you travel out. Very good example for interview skills is tell me about yourself. Okay. So you see that question, can you introduce me? Can you introduce yourself to us? Or can you tell us more about yourself? Tell me about yourself. You can't just say, oh, my name is Ifemena April. I am a data analyst, or I'm a business analyst, or I'm a project manager. and I've worked on several projects in the past, and I'm excited about this. You make it brief, and you just, or maybe you talk about your personal life. I am a, I'm the first male child, or I have, you don't talk about key things that should have set you apart. So the interview starts at that point in time when they want to get to meet you. So there is an acronym that we use to train people to when they are going for an interview. So we call it the SEAT approach. SEAT. Okay. So first thing you talk about is your skills. Okay. The E stands for your experience. Okay. A talks about your achievements, and T talks about the type of person that you are. Okay. So tell me about yourself. How do you start? You start with talking about the skills that you have. Now, this skills is not in isolation to it's not in isolation to whatever. It's not in isolation to the job role. So if the job requires you to you know how to implement agile, you know how to use Trello, Jira, and so on and so forth. Those are the key skills you should highlight when you are selling yourself. Experience. It's not just, oh, I am a coordinator, I used to coordinate things. No, talk, your experience should be tailored to the job role that you are applying to. So if they need you to be able to do A, B, C, D, when you're explaining your skills, talk about the A, B, C, D. When you're talking about your experience, talk about the A, B, C, D. When you're talking about your achievement, also specialize on that A, B, C, D. So when I did project A, I was able to achieve, this particular percentage. When I did project B, this is what I was able to achieve. So those are the key things that you need to have at the back of your mind. So the way you even interview during the process of them, going through the job process, it's also another major hindrance to why people, get rejected. And I will use my own personal experience again. So you see, I was interviewing at one point in time, people would ask me, if a man, tell me about yourself. And I would, say all those wonderful, I would say almost the right things. Okay. But the place where I started to mess up significantly was when, I would say that I want to start from the bottom. I want to grow with the organization. Those are the things I would have said in Nigeria that would have set me apart from any other person. So the majority of HR professionals in Nigeria back home gets really excited when you want to grow with the organization, you want to understand the regiment, you want to start from the bottom and grow with the organization and so on. They like it because they see you as high prospects. You are going to stay long, you want to stay with the organization for a long time, and so on and so forth. So it comes off as high perspective. But outside the country, it doesn't give you any advantage. It doesn't you saying that you're going to start off from the country from the bottom of the company, work your way to the top, learn the ropes and so on. They don't really care about you doing all that. Okay, they want you to get and start running when you get the job. When you start, you should be able to do XYZ. Okay, and that's why majority of them would ask you questions like, what does achievement look like in the next 6 months of you starting this role? What do you think you can do in the next 6 months if you start the role? So you see, they want you to be able to achieve things starting, okay? Not learning. They don't, there's a room for you to learn, no doubt about that, but they want you to be able to succeed in things that you're doing right from the start. So you see, poor interview skills is another major factor to why a lot of people are unable to secure a high value job outside the country. Now, the last one what I have here is no relevant work experience. No relevant work experience. Now, let me tell you exactly what we do at Analytics. So, when you go through Analytics, you can use Analytics as your current work experience. Okay, so you are looking to go into cybersecurity, for example, and you've never done that before. What you could do is you can claim work experience from Analytics. Okay. So if an organization is going to be asking for reference, we will provide you with the work reference that you need to get the job. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that lack of no work experience, nobody being able to stand in for you is one of the reasons why majority of us Africans that relocate find it difficult to get a job. So now just to reiterate and walk you through the reasons one more time, one last time. Number one is over reliance on degree and certificate. These things will not give you any advantage in the job market. Everybody has some kind of degree or some kind of certificate. So what sets you apart is experience. Chase experience. I'm very sure you guys will be asking a question, how do I get experience? How do I get this experience that Femina is talking about? I'll shed more light on that. The next thing is downplaying on your past experience. Because you did customer service in Nigeria, or because you worked in the bank, or you even did a proper job in Nigeria, don't downplay. Don't say you're coming to a new country and you need to, start from scratch. No, you're coming here supposed to enter, certain levels that there's things that you could also get into to put you at almost at the same level you were, if not more, outside the country. Is it possible? 100% possible. Okay. And I'll share some testimonials with you. So you'll see for yourself, it's not just it's just not just a female. There are other Nigerians, there are other Africans that have also achieved this thing I'm talking about. So downplaying on your work experience is not doing you any good. It's not doing you any good. Okay? It's still useful. It is very, very useful. Now, the next thing is UK and Canada work experience. This is the most, I would say the most, I don't know, I don't know what word I want to use. Is the most used excuse for not getting a proper job in the UK or outside the country. Is the most used. Why can't you get a job? Oh, majority of these employers require to have UK, Canada. It's rubbish. It's a very terrible rationale. Okay, it's a very terrible rationalization. Okay, if you know how to use Power BI in Nigeria, it's the same Power BI you use in Canada and the US. If you know how to do agile projects, the projects that you did back home in Nigeria, you did it in an agile methodology, you implemented agile, you implemented Scrum and so on. The same methodology is what they use literally globally, like literally across the world. It doesn't change. So if you use it in Nigeria, it's still valid if you travel to the UK. 100% valid. All right. If you know how to do Python in Nigeria, or you know how to do Python in South Africa, Kenya, whatever country you're coming from, and you relocate outside the country, it is still the same Python that you use. It doesn't change. There's no different version, African version and Europe version. No, it's still the same technology. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all you need to do is to be able to revamp your past experience to get to you what you're looking for. Focus is the next one. Lack of focus. The fact that another friend of yours got a job in another career path doesn't mean you need to venture into that same career path. Oh, I just got a job as an IT audit. You jump into IT audit. I don't know if your friend just got a job as a data analyst. You'd not finish IT audit. You're already doing data analytics. You'd not finish data analytics. I know if your friend got a job as a cybersecurity analyst. You jump into no focus. In 6 months, you've done about 12 career paths. Okay. So it's not helping you in any way. Focus, choose one career path, stay with it, and I can tell you for free, you will get a job. 100%. Now, poor CV and LinkedIn profile. I already talk about the fact that your LinkedIn profile should not just be a social media platform, should be your repository of projects that you have done, things that you can do. Okay. Your CV also should stand out. The way you sell yourself in your home country, back home in Nigeria or anywhere, okay, it's not the way you sell yourself. So get a proper CV format. Highlight key achievement points, structure it in the most minimalistic way, in order for them to be able to read your CV. So you see all those fancy design CV, please ignore it. It doesn't help you. It actually puts you at a disadvantage also. Now, poor interview skills. Tell me about yourself. How do you answer that question? Tell me about a time you've implemented. Tell me about a time you found this difficult. Tell me about a time those tell me about a time question. How do you answer this question during an interview? If it means I don't have an accent, so they don't hear me very well when I speak. These are all major excuses that people give. Okay? So what do you need? You just need a good mentor. You need somebody to hold your hand. I'm Nigerian. Okay. We have a lot of people, also Africans, that have gone through the training program and they're able to succeed in whatever career path they choose. So, last but not the least, no relevant work experience. So, this is where Ten Analytics comes in also to provide you with work experience and also provide you with reference. So, you can claim work experience from Ten Analytics and you can use that in selling yourself and also selling your own expertise in getting things done. All right. If you're enjoying yourself, I want you guys to drop a one in the chat. If you're enjoying yourself, drop a one in the chat. Now, let me see. All right, well, LinkedIn. All right, thank you very much. Well, LinkedIn, I know that name sounds very familiar. I think you're in the last session. Awesome. Good to have you here again. All right. So, three questions I want you to answer today. Three questions I want you to answer. Okay. Three questions I want you to answer. Number one is what skills do you have? So you worked in Nigeria for the last 10 years. Ask yourself this very troubling question. Skills do you have? Okay. So I worked as a management consultant, for example. I knew how to use Excel for some things. I know how to use Excel. I can do Excel. Well, I can tell you categorically, with what I do now with Excel, in terms of data analytics, reporting, and all that, I was not even scratching the surface with the Excel I was using back home. So, in the real sense of it, you feel like you have skills, but ask yourself deep down, what can you actually do? Like I said, like the person I spoke to, this one is still fresh in my head because I spoke to her this week. Okay. You're a program coordinator for a fintech platform back home in Nigeria. Tell me exactly what skills do you have? What things have you done? I mean, I coordinate things. I know how to coordinate things. I know how to get things done. I'm like, Auntie, tell me the skills that you have. Tell me the things that you have. Like, tell me the skills. You know, people relocate without the skills. And that's the way, when you're relocating, most people will tell you go and learn hand job, go and learn how to make hair, go and learn how to barb, go and learn how to make shoes, go and learn how to do something, some kind of physical skill and skill. Okay? But in the real sense, if you want to get a proper job, you also need to get skills. You need to get skills. And that's why I'm asking you that question. Honest question. What skills do you have? What skills are you selling to these recruiters, employers that you say you have above every other person? If you can't answer that question categorically, if you think you know how to use Excel, I can tell you for free, if you assess yourself on Excel, you might just be a moderate user. Okay. So what other skills do you have that is separating you from every other person? So you see, if you can answer these questions properly, I can tell you categorically, you don't have skills. And that's the reason why you're not getting that offer that you're looking for. So what separates the people that have gone through analytics to get on a job is their ability to outline the skills that they have and how that skill is beneficial to the organization. Hire me. These are the skills that I have. These are the things I have done. Okay. If you hire me, I'm going to do the same and even do more when I get hired. So the next question I want you to answer, like I said, three questions. Number one is what skills do you have? Number two is do you have experience? Okay. Do you have experience? So if you even have that skill, what's experience like for you? If I ask you a question, if you say, "Oh, I've done a little bit of cybersecurity," okay, I know how to use SIM tools, I know how to use networking tools, I know how to use cloud security tools, and so on. You know how to do this. Okay, can you tell me about a time you have implemented something? You've implemented, either encryption or what have you done? Tell me about the time you've done this thing. If you can't categorically answer this question, then something is wrong. So if you're looking to get a job as a project manager, tell me about a time you've handled a project and what were the major outcomes from the project. Okay, tell me about a time you implemented Agile or how would you implement Agile in a non-Agile environment? Can you tell me about a time you've been able to, how do you answer this question? Now, let me tell you exactly how we recruiters, because I would say I don't carry the title of recruiter, but I do a lot of recruitment. Okay. And I've also been on the receiving end and I've also worked with all the other recruiters. And you see, let me tell you how people know you don't have experience. Let me tell you categorically how people know you don't have experience. I'll tell you now. Now, if I'm interviewing you and I ask you the first question, oh, can you tell me about a time, tell me, your experience with data analytics. Oh, you give me one experience. You tell me, oh, I remember when I was working in the bank back home in Nigeria, I was able to do XYZ with the bank and all that. You give me one fantastic experience. I ask you the second question. You give me another experience. You give me another experience. I remember when I was working in the bank, but this one now was customer. The first one was not customer. Maybe the first one was loan. The second one experience you're sharing with me now is customer related. Now, I ask you the third question, and you decide to use one of those two experience again. I'll give you benefit of doubt. I'll give you some recruiters will not give you a benefit of doubt. Okay. But ideally, they'll give you a benefit of doubt like, okay, it's impromptu, they ask you questions, you can't think very quickly, and it's the reason why you're repeating your experience. But if I ask you the fourth and the fifth question, and you use one of those experience again to buttress down my question, okay? So you're using one question, one experience, you're using it like two, three times it's a red flag. You don't have a lot of experience. That's what it clearly says. Okay. So it's a major trick that is being used during recruitment. Okay. So you see, part of the reasons why you're not getting that offer is because when they ask you one question during the interview process, you use one of those experience. And they ask you the second question, you use that same experience. Okay. They ask you the third question, you use it another experience. They ask you the fourth question, you now went back to that same experience to use that same experience again. 100%, you don't have experience. They won't when I hire you. So you see the tricks that are there. And I'm guessing you're learning something different today. So when you're going for these interviews, don't over repeat your experiences. If that's something that you've learned today, prove. I want you to give me a 10 in the chat. Give me a 10 in the chat. If that's something that you will implement next time you're doing, if that's something you take you take away. Don't overuse your experiences during an interview process. Come up with fresh ideas, come up with fresh experiences. That's how people know that you have experience. And there are other things that are in those things I'm not going to share. Okay. I would want you to come so that we can have that conversation one on one. But that's one of so many other things during the recruitment process that they would look at. Last thing is, can you sell yourself? So at the end of everything, if your CV stands out, your LinkedIn profile stands out, and they call you, hello Wellington, hello Victoria, hello Elijah, hello, Abigail, okay? And you sell yourself to the recruiter, to the employer, sell yourself that you are the solution that they are looking for. That's exactly what we're talking. So these are the three questions that you need to be honest with yourself to answer. What skills do you have? What experience do you have to back the skills that you have? Then can you sell yourself? Now, these are the three things you essentially need to do to get a job outside the country. The skills that you have, you need experience, and you need to be able to sell yourself. Those are the major things that we need to talk about. So if you can answer these questions, if you can be honest with yourself, you're halfway there. Okay, you are literally halfway there. So now let's talk about this. If it may not help me, what a career should I get into that guarantees I get a job quickly? That's a key question. Okay, forget all these things. I don't have skills, I don't have experience. I want to start. I want to start a career path that will ensure that I am able to get a job. Okay. So what tech career paths should I go into that guarantees I get a job? That's what we're going to be looking at. So let me tell you exactly where we come in to help you achieve this. So what we did is we extracted job board, the popular job boards out there. So you have the likes of LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, Total Jobs, CV Library, Monster, and Google Jobs. Okay, so we have all these major job boards, and what we did was we extracted job post, daily job post for the period of 3 to 4 months. Okay, we extracted it for over 3 months. Okay, and we this extraction, we kept extracting every day. So things that were technical, then tech jobs, the ones that were not tech jobs, we extracted it every single day, okay, for the period of over 3 months. Okay. So we didn't do it within just one location. We did this across the UK. We did this for like in the US and also in Canada. So we looked at all these job boards, okay, and we extracted daily job posts from the UK, from the US, and Canada. So we had millions of job boards, job posts that were posted on all these job sites. So now the key question was, we want to get more Africans into the tech space. Okay, we want to get more Africans into the tech space. How do we achieve this? How do we get it done? It's a key question. So the three criteria that we're looking at, we want we want career paths that are easy to learn, that you can spend the next 2, 3 months to learn. Number two, ease of transitioning. Now, ease of transitioning just stands for I learned the skill and I can get a job. That's it. You can transition from learning to getting a job. So now, how does transitioning work? How does it work essentially? What we're looking at is we're looking at jobs that were high in demand, okay, that were posted frequently, okay, that were posted frequently. Every day, there's a new opportunities posted every single day. So you see, that's the ease of transitioning that we're talking about. So because there's a high demand, you can easily just plug, learn, and enter into the workforce. That's exactly what ease of transition is referring to. The last one is obviously salary. You want to get a good salary, you want to get a good pay, okay, and so on. That's exactly what we're looking at. So, in order for us to answer this question, in order for us to be able to recommend to you the career paths you need to go to, Okay, in order for me to say categorically, go and do ABC career paths. This is the thought process. This is the data analytics process that we have gone through in order for us to recommend courses to you. So we extracted the job post from all the job boards across the UK, US, and Canada. All right. We wanted to answer these three questions. What career paths are easy to learn? What career paths were easy to transition? And high-end rewarding salary. So when you combine all this together, we landed on 8 distinct career paths. Okay. Number one is business analyst. Number two, agile project manager. Number three, data analyst, data scientist, data engineering, cybersecurity analyst, financial analyst, and HR analyst. And these were the 8 career paths that stood out that met these 3 criteria: ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and an high and rewarding salary. Okay, so ease of learning, remember, we're looking at within the period of 2 to 3 months for you to learn and transition to get a job. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Now, when we combined all these things together, we knew obviously as a data professional, okay, there's something we call validation. So because you analyze your data and you see certain things, okay, that's just 50% of your work. The other 50% is also to look at what other people have done to match it up together. So what you've done is 50%, look for another 50% to match up your work to make it 100%. So that's the major research concept. So validate your results. So if I come today to say if Imena is telling you that we did analysis and we're able to come up with 8 career paths you should learn, some people will still be subjective to say that we do not see your analysis. You didn't show us your code, you didn't show us your project, you didn't show us anything. Okay. So we're looking for an external validation for people to also go and read up on, okay, something from a reputable firm, okay? And we came across what we called the World Economic Forum, okay? The World Economic Forum, they created this report called The Future of Jobs. So it came out last year, 2023, okay? And it also extrapolated for the next, I think 2023 to 2027, so about 5 years, okay? So tell you job that are going to grow and job positions that were going to decline. So the job positions are going to grow at what you have here on the left, and the ones that are going to decline are the ones you have on the right. So these are the jobs that will grow, and these are the ones that will decline significantly in the next 5 years. So you see, you have stuff like investment fund managers, organization development specialists, you have chemical processing plant operators, you have management and organization analysts. Okay. See what you have here. You have a product manager. This is not our report. This is from the World Economic Forum report, telling you categorically career paths are going to decline. IT operations and user support technicians, manufacturing, mining, strategic advisors, food processing. So there are so many roles that you're doing at the moment that you need to read this document to find out if you fall into the career paths that are going to decline. But that's not our focus for today. The focus for today is career paths that are going to grow. Okay. So, we have done our research and we have identified 8 career paths, okay, that met those 3 criteria that we're looking at. So now we're looking at an external validation to say that what we have done is correct. Okay. So now looking at this, let me show you something real quick. So you see what we have here, you see the first couple of rows here. You have AI and machine learning analyst. Give me a second, I'm going to get a pointer. So you see, the first row you have here is AI and machine learning specialist. You also have business intelligence analyst, and you also have data analyst and scientist clearly written out as career paths that are going to continue to grow. So all these 3 career paths falls into the domain of data analyst and data scientist. Now let's go on. The next career path we also have is information security analyst. This falls into the domain of cybersecurity. Same vein, you have what we call big data specialists, you have data engineers, and you have database architect. All these 3 roles falls into the domain of data engineering. Now, moving on again, you also have what we call process automation specialist, also falls into the domain of business analysis. So you see how the research that we have done is being validated based on this report. So this is not our report. Our report is telling you that these are the 8 career paths to look at, and these are revalidating our research. So looking at this, these are 4 career paths already that we've talked about. Five, sorry, data analyst, data scientist, cybersecurity, data engineering, and business analyst. Now let's go on. Okay. So you see another one, you have project managers. Okay. This is another career path that you look at. Now, it's not just project manager. Oh, I did PMP or I did PMI or whatever certification you did. That's not what they're looking at. They're looking at majority of the project management roles that we saw. Okay, that when we did our analysis, it's not just a regular project manager, it's a Scrum Agile project manager or Scrum project manager or Scrum Master. Those are the major roles that were constantly being recruited for. And the other one we have is database and network professionals. So this falls into the domain of data engineering and cybersecurity. Moving on, we have clearly written out financial analysts that will continue to grow, a career path that will continue to grow. Now, moving on to the next one, we have data analytics and data scientists, career paths that are going to grow, which falls into the domain of supply chain and logistics. So, if you know anybody that is working in supply chain and logistics, these career paths are heavy on data. Okay, so you need to be very good with data analytics and data science to get a job in logistics and supply chain. That's one thing you need to establish in getting started. Now, those are the career paths. Now, based off this career path, which of them are you interested in? Now, bear in mind, you need to focus. It's not, you need to identify the career paths that you want to get started on. So I want you guys to drop it in the comments. What career path are you interested in? So you can use the abbreviations also. That works. DADEDS and all that. Oh, I can see cybersecurity. Fantastic. Okay, DA, finance, financial analyst, cybersecurity, agile project manager, financial analyst. Okay, keep it coming, guys. I'll be taking a look at them. All right, fantastic. So if it meant I keep talking, I want to hear more. Okay, let's continue. Okay, there is more. There are more to learn. I've told you the 8 career paths. I've validated. I've shown you a proof. So all you need to do, like I said, once you fill the attendance form, you'll get access to the material. If you click, you see, click here to download full report. Once you click on this, it's going to open a full report. This is the full report. Future of Jobs Report 2023. Like I said, it came out last year and it was extrapolated from 2023 all the way to 2027. Career paths are going to grow and career paths are going to decline. You can see it's 296 pages. It's a very detailed report from the World Economic Forum. Okay, so once you get the material, once you fill the attendance, all right, at the end of the session, you'll get access to the material. You need to wait to the end also in order for you to get access to the materials and the case study. All right. So those are the 8 career paths that easily were validated by the report. Okay. So now let's move on. If a man, I want to hear more. Okay. How can I get into any of these career paths? How can I get started? What do I need to do? What do they do? And how can I get started? Very quickly, let's go into it. Okay. So one of the major misconceptions is people have is the role of a business analyst and how it is different from the role of a Scrum or Agile project manager. Most people think they're the same thing, but they are not the same thing. They are not the same thing. Okay. So, and that's what we're going to explore in the next 3-4 minutes. Okay. So I'm just going to pick somebody. Okay. I'm going to pick somebody. Let me see. Let's say John. I'm going to pick a guy this time around. I'm going to say John. Okay. So let's say John has a business. Okay. Let's say John has a business. Let's say John has a business, and this business is he sells wristwatch. Okay. So John sells wristwatch. Now, the business analyst would look at the process of selling wristwatch. Okay. So the business analyst is more ingrained in what we call business process, what we call business process. That's the key aspect of what the business analyst is involved in, the business process. So now, in order for you to buy a product from John's business, okay, in order for you to buy a product on John's business from John, in order for you to buy the product, okay, there is a process you go through to buy the product. Okay, so what's the process? How does the process look like currently? Okay, so maybe you would have to send a DM. okay, send a DM to John on Instagram. Okay, send a DM to John on Instagram. Then John will respond. So you see, all those sending of DM, you need to interact in the DM first in order for you to be able to, after sending the DM, then eventually you get to buy your wristwatch. So basically, this is the process of selling stuff from John. So John sells wristwatch. Okay, the buying process, how a customer will purchase a product on John's from John's business is send me a DM, okay, and I will respond to you. So now, because John has been doing this for a very long time, this process is becoming inefficient. When it started, there was only like two people that will message him in a week. In the best week, maybe like five, seven people will message him. So it's not too bad. But John has been doing this for the last 6 months or a year. Okay. So his customer base has increased. Everybody now knows John is selling wristwatch. So now he's getting like 50 to 50 to 100 people sending him a DM almost every week. Okay. It's a lot of people now that he needs to respond to every week. So you see now that the buying process, you buying a product from John has become a tad bit difficult. So initially, okay, let's say because of the increase in the number of people that are buying wristwatch from John's business, let's say the current processing time. So if you send John a message today, he responds to you in the evening, he responds to you the next day. So now because more people are coming to buy wristwatch from John, the buying process, okay, the average time that it takes the customer to buy the product, it takes about, let's say, it takes about 2 days. It takes about 2 days to buy the product because John is responding to a lot of people. So he'll respond to you in the morning, you respond to him, he responds to you the next day, and so on and so forth. And that's a major challenge for John's business. So the business analyst is the one that is identifying these loopholes in the business process. That on average, it's taking you 2 days to sell one wristwatch on average. So sometimes it might be like 4 days. Sometimes it could be less than a day, depending on the customer, depending on the conversation. But on average, it takes about 2 days to sell one wristwatch. Do you guys think that's optimal for a business to be taking an average of 2 days to sell one product? It's not, it's the business, that process is not efficient. Okay. Now, the key question is who makes it better? Who comes up with an innovative idea to make this buying process a lot easier? Okay, it's the business analyst. Now, what they will do is what we call benchmarking, or looking at other systems, looking at what other people do. Okay, so other people that sell wristwatch, how do they sell wristwatch? How are they selling wristwatches? Okay, and you find out that majority of them probably have a website. They have a website. Okay, they have a website that has all the wristwatch. So you see, a lot of people would send you a message, oh, I love this wristwatch. Can I get it in gold? Can I get it in silver? Can I get it in this? Can I get it in that? Is it big? Is it small? Is the frame big? What's the frame size? People start asking all these questions. Okay. So rather than them sending you a DM, can we build a website that stores all the wristwatch that we are selling, that we have available? You see, some people even send you message, is this resource still available? Okay. So rather than interacting with customers on a one-on-one basis, just do what? Go to the website. All this information is there. Don't ask me any questions. Don't send me a DM. Go to my website, check the website, every information you're looking for, the size, the color, the brand, whatever you're looking for is on our website. So the business analyst has examined the buying process, okay, has also looked at the average time to buy a product and seeing that this process is inefficient. Can we make it better? Okay. Can we make it better? Now, the business analyst recommended that we build a website that stores all this information and leads that drives more sales, essentially, that makes us sell faster. So implementing a website, let's say the implementing a website now your average buying time is about, let's say, 1 hour. Okay, let's say just 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. It takes about 1 hour for you to be able to sell. Okay, that's average sales time for the website. So you see, you have improved the business process from 2 days to 1 hour. So I'm not, this is an hypothetical situation, okay? This is not a real life situation. This is just we making scenarios about things that are happening. So that's the job of the business analyst. How can we make certain business processes a lot better? Okay, so that's the job of the business. And they've recommended that we should build a website. That's it. So now, this website leaves the domain. So now, who delivers on that website? Who delivers on the website? Okay, who is responsible? Whose responsibility is to deliver that website? The project manager will be the one to take over. So it's been recommended that we need to build a website. The project manager now takes that website as a project. That this is the what the business wants. Okay, this is what we have agreed on. That okay, we need to build a website for easy customer for sales and all that. So now with this, the project manager will take on this particular mantle, okay, to deliver on the project. So this the website turns to a project. So now, what do we need to do? Within the first 1 week, what do we deliver? Within the next 2 weeks, what do we deliver? In the next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, what are the key delivery points? What are the key milestones? Okay. What are the key resources? Okay. What are the key resources that we need to deliver? So we need financial resources, we need money, we need budgets and all that to be able to do whatever we need to do. We also need human resources, human. Okay. So we want the front end developer, we want the back end developer, we want the product designer, we want XYZ. We need these people in order for us to deliver on the project. Who is in charge of the people? Who is in charge of the finances of the project? Who is in charge of the project? It's the project manager. The business analyst is just examining business processes to look at loopholes, issues within the business process, and looking for ways to make it better. Do you understand what you're saying? And that's where the business analyst comes in. That's why they are that's the job. So when they come up with recommendations like what we have here, build a website, it could be build a mobile app, it could be anything really. It moves that domain from the business analyst to moves to the project manager. It becomes a task for the project manager to deliver on. Now, in order for you to deliver that particular project, there are resources that you need. You need financial resources, you need money to deliver on the project. Okay. You also need human resources like what? The front-end developer, back-end developer, or any other person, data analyst, data engineer. Depending on the project, you would identify the people that you need in order for you to deliver on that project. So you see, the delivery of that project is in the purview of the project manager. Okay, so that's essentially the difference between the role of a business analyst and how it differs from the product manager, a project manager rather, sorry. So what do you need to learn? Both of them. Let's take a look at them. So looking at the business analyst, what you need to do, what you need to learn is Excel, okay? Excel, Power BI, and SQL. So you need to learn data analytics as a business analyst. Now, the reason why this is very simple. Majority of these recruiters are looking for people that have data analytics skills. Even if you're a business analyst, they just want you to have a taint. They want you to have they want you to have data analytics skills. It gives you this advantage. Like I said at the start of the session, you need to identify the skills that you need to get a job. And the honest question is, do you have those skills? Okay. So now that's exactly what we're doing for you. We have done our research. We are currently in the industry. We know what is attainable in the industry. And we're telling you now that majority of the organizations are looking for business analysts. If you have data analytics skills, it gives you an advantage. Okay, it gives you an advantage over the next candidate. And that's the reason why we have this infused in the curriculum. So now you move into the core BA aspect. So you see these areas are the core BA aspects. So you have likes of process mapping, project decision planning, agile and scrum for projects, software development life cycles, requirement fundamental, elicitation, stakeholder analysis and engagement. These are the core BA aspects. So the core BA roles will give you opportunities to get a job in several other business analyst roles. You have the roles like process analyst, you have roles like business systems analyst, you have roles like page management, and so on. So learning those critical areas will give you roles within business analysis. Now, combining those two together, combining data analytics and business analysis together, will open up a new role, which we call business, okay, which we refer to as business data analyst. Another role that would be very juicy for you to get into is called the business data analyst. So it's combining both business analysis and data analytics. So that's exactly what we're doing for you. So quite a number of roles. I'm going to show you some roles that you can apply to as we go on. Okay. So the entire timeline for learning business analysis is for 4 months. 2 months of learning, 3 months, sorry, it's supposed to be 5 months. It's actually for 5 months. 3 months of learning, apologies, 3 months of learning, and 2 months of internship. 2 months of free, 2 months of free virtual immersive internship. Okay. The live classes, you have it in the morning and the evening. Okay. So the morning section is tailored for the guys in Europe, UK, and in Africa. So that is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. So if you're looking to get started in business analysis, it's going to take you a total of 5 months, 3 months of live class learning, and also 2 months of virtual internship. Now, the classes, you only have live classes on Saturdays. So if you're in Europe or you're in the UK or you're in Africa, it is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. Now, the evening session is tailored for the guys in Canada and the US. Now, that is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Now, Sundays, you have your self-paced projects that you get to work on, okay? And we'll talk about that as we go on. So you see, that's the timing for the Business Analyst Training Program. Now, what do you need to learn to become an Agile Project Manager or a Scrum Master? Now, you start first with an introduction to business project management methodologies and structures. You move into project management skills and communication. You go into the foundation of Agile and Scrum. You go into understanding the Scrum framework, the Scrum artifact, advanced Scrum, and Agile practices. Now, bear in mind that these are project based. They are all project based. So you move on to end-to-end use of Agile, Jira and Confluence for projects, Kanban boards for workflow management, Agile metrics and reporting, leadership and real-world application, Nexus Skills Scrum, and preparation for the PSM examination. So the total learning time for the project management course is for 4 months, 3 months of live class learning, and you also have 1 month free virtual internship, free internship. So you have a total of 4 months to learn project management, going through practically how to implement Agile Scrum, using the Kanban boards, reporting, Agile metrics and reporting, and so on and so forth. Takes you about 4 months, 3 months of live class learning, and 1 month of project-based experience. Now, moving on, the live classes, you have the live classes every weekend, Saturdays and on Sunday. So 11 to 2 p.m. West African time, and you also have 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time on Sunday. So you have classes both on Saturday and you have classes also on Sunday. So 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and you also have on Sunday 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. So that's basically the two times that we have, running for the Agile Project Management, if you are looking to get into Agile Project Management. Now, the next role that we're going to be looking at is the role of the data professional. Now, a lot of people think these roles are the same or almost related, but they're very different. They are very, very different. Now, the job of the data engineer is to make data available for the data scientist. Okay? Make data available. Let's just put, I'm going to put, so with these two guys, the data analyst and the data scientist, these two guys, I'm just going to draw here. So give me a second. I'm going to get a pen. Okay? So you see the two guys here, the data analyst and the data scientist, these guys need what we call, they need data to do their work. All right. They need what? They need data to do their work. Who makes this data available? Who makes the data available? The data engineer makes the data available. So these guys, data analysts, data scientists, they need data to do their job on a daily basis. Now, the key question is, who makes it available? Who gives them this data? The data engineer's role is to ensure that data is available for them to do their work. Okay, so when these guys get the data, what now makes the data analyst and the data scientist, what makes them very different from one another? The key thing is what they use the data to do. Okay, so you see, the data analyst, okay, will answer two questions. What happened? Okay, and why did that particular thing happen? Why did it happen? Okay. Why did it happen? So those are the two questions the data analyst and the data scientist will answer. But you see, the data scientist will answer one other question that the data analyst will not be able to answer. Okay. So you see, the third one is what will happen? What will happen? Okay. So the first question is what happened. The second question is why did it happen? And the third question is what will happen? So you see, these three questions are answered by the data analyst, the data scientist, sorry. But you see, the data analyst will only answer two critical questions, only two questions. And these are the two questions. The data analyst will only answer the first two. Okay. What happened and why did it happen? So briefly, what's the difference between this? What's the difference between the questions? So you see, they're using data to answer what happened. So if I should ask you, how many customers did we get last month? What was our total revenue for year to date? What was our revenue year to date? So let's use that particular, what's our revenue? Okay, so we have January, we have February, we have March, we have April, we have May, June, July, and August. So we have this month. Okay, what has happened from January this year to August in terms of revenue? So you could say in January we made 200,000. In February we made 100,000. In March we increased a little bit. We made 240,000. In April, we did another fantastic time. We did about 400,000. In March, we did about 410,000. In June, we dropped to about 100, let's say 200,000. Then in July, we dropped again to like let's say 100K. And in August, we dropped to about 40K in revenue. So now, clearly, this has told you a story. This has told you exactly what happened January, February, March, all the way to August in terms of revenue. This is what the data analysts and the data scientists, they will both do the same thing. They'll do these two things. Okay. But now the next question is, why did it happen? Why? So you see, on certain months, you had more money made. So you see, the month of April and May, you made more money. You made you made that 400K. You made 400K, above 400K. Okay, 400K and above. Now, other months, you're making like 200, 100. In some months, you made 40,000. You need to know why. What was driving sales on this month? So April and May, what drove sales? What led to an increase in our revenue? That's the reason why you need to understand. That's why you need a data analyst to tell you why. Okay, what kind of things did you do? What kind of marketing initiative did you put in play? Majority of the sales that happened, which region did they come from? Okay, if you know the region, what people in those regions bought the product? Okay, you find out that all these things. So that if you're selling a product, it could just be a TikTok influencer that sold your product, okay, and it went viral online and a lot of people started buying it. You need to understand how and why and all these things. You need to know exactly where they're coming from. So it's rings and repeats. So if you know exactly what happened and you know why it happened, you can start to implement these things in order for you to get started, to make more money in the business. You also need to know why you made less money. Okay, you need to know what happened that month that led to you making a loss or making a reduction in what you typically would earn. Okay, so that's exactly what happened and why did it happen. So you know what happened. You made 400K that month. Why did you make 200K? That's what exactly the second question. And the third question is what will happen future. That's where the data scientist comes in. Okay. And that's where you start to talk about your machine learning and your statistical model. Okay. Statistical models. So you see, that's where, what will happen from September, October, November, December, even to January next year. What will revenue look like? What will revenue look like? Okay, what will revenue look like? That's exactly what we're looking at. So these are the key questions. So in order for you to be able to forecast, in order for you to be able to forecast or predict, okay, you need to deploy what you call the machine learning models and statistical model in order for you to predict what would happen from September all the way to January 2024. So you see, that's the difference between the data scientist and the data analyst. The data analyst will only answer two questions: what happened and why did it happen? And you see, that's the reason why you need to learn a lot of dashboarding tools in order for you to answer those two questions: why, what happened, and why did it happen? The second one is the data scientist. They use the data to answer the same question: what happened and why did it happen? The only difference is the fact that they can now predict into the future what will eventually happen, what will happen in the future. And that's exactly the role of the data scientist. So the data engineer makes data available for them to do all this, the analysis and all that. Okay, that's the job of the data engineer. So what are the things that you need to learn if you're looking to go into any of these career paths? Very quickly. So for data analysts, all you need to learn at this point in time, number one is problem solving. You need to learn Excel. You need to learn SQL. You need to learn Power BI, Tableau, data storytelling, and ChatGPT for analytics. Then last but not least, you need to learn Microsoft Fabric. So in total, you're learning about 5 technologies to get started in data analytics. Number one is Excel. Number two is SQL. Number three, Power BI. Number four, Tableau. And number five, you have Microsoft Fabrics. You would also be learning ChatGPT, which is AI, okay, for analytics. You'll also be leveraging that. The total timeline for data analytics learning, your learning curve for data analytics is 4 months, 3 months of live class learning, and 1 month internship. Okay, 1 month internship. So you have your live classes only on Saturdays. So we have the time slated for the guys in Europe, Africa, and also the guys in Canada and the US, not America and EU, Africa. So if you're in EU, UK, or Africa, the time on Saturday is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. Okay, that's the timing that we have designed for that. Now, if you're in Canada, okay, it is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's the time for the guys in the UK. That's the guy for the guys in Canada and the US. Now, for data science, what do you need to learn? You need to learn statistics. You would also learn Excel, where you go a step further, okay, to do forecasting and predictive analytics using Excel. You would also do the same thing in Tableau. So you go beyond what a data analyst can do. You go ahead to be able to do forecasting and all that in Tableau. You would also learn SQL, you learn Python, exploratory data analysis, machine learning, computer vision, GitHub for version control. You will also learn ChatGPT and GitHub for coding and Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. The learning timeline is for 4 months, 3 months of live class learning, and 1 month free virtual internship. You also have data engineering. You would learn introduction to data engineering, the major concepts that you need to learn. You would also learn SQL, okay, you would also learn Python, Linux, building custom ETL pipeline. So you learn how to extract data from your database, how to work with APIs, and also how to perform web scraping. You would also get to work with Apache Spark, Apache Airflow, AWS, GCP, and Azure. Our project, you work on projects in all the cloud platforms, give you experience across all the platforms. You would also get to work with the version control GitHub, and you also get to work with AI tools like ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot in getting started. All right. The total timeline for learning is for 5 months, 5 months, 3 months of live class learning, and 2 months of virtual internship. 2 months of virtual internship. So you have the classes only on Saturdays, and it is between the time 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. West African time for the guys in Europe, okay, and the guys in Africa. So if you're in Africa or you're anywhere in Africa or anywhere in Europe, it is 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. West African time. And it's also for the guys outside that's the guys in North America, Canada, and the US, it is 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And these are the technologies that you get to work with. So you see all these technologies clearly stated out on what you need to do in getting started. Okay, so now, moving on, we just have about 3 other career paths we need to look at, and we'll call it a day. So we have the financial analyst and the HR analyst. Okay, so the financial analyst, what do you need to learn to become a financial analyst? you have problem solving. You need to learn problem solving. You need to learn Excel, and you need to learn Power BI, including SQL. So you see, the first couple of things that you're going to learn is data analytics. Same thing with HR analytics. You need to learn problem solving, Excel, Power BI, and SQL. These are core data analysts. So you see, even if you go for this career path, you can still get jobs as a data analyst because you would have done projects and you would have worked on things in data analytics. Okay. Now, what makes you different from the data analyst is the fact that you are specializing in a core area. So for the financial analyst, you're going to specialize in financial analytics. For the HR analyst, you're going to focus on HR analytics. Okay. So what would you learn as a financial analyst? You will learn accounting fundamentals, you will learn financial analysis, financial modeling, valuation, and sensitivity and scenario analysis. Okay. For the HR analyst, you're going to learn HR analytics and performance evaluation. You will learn HR metrics and life cycle. You will learn dashboarding and HR analysis. You will learn collaboration and report automation. And you would also learn building your case and creating action. Okay. And last but not least, you also get to work with AI, which is ChatGPT for analytics. Same thing with the financial analyst. So the financial analyst is implementing data analytics within finance, and you, the HR analyst, you're implementing data analytics within the HR department. So specialize. There are all quite a number of roles that you can apply to, and I will shed more light on that as we go on. Okay, so the total timeline is for 4 months. Okay, 3 months of live classes and 1 month internship. Okay, so that 4 months is divided into 3 months of life class learning and 1 month of internship. And that's the same thing also you have with HR analytics. Now, for life classes, you have it morning and evening. So 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. If you're in Europe or you're in the UK or anywhere in Africa, it is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. Now, if you're in Canada and the US, it is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Now, live classes for the HR analyst is the same thing. So you have the morning session tailored for the guys in Europe, UK, and Africa. It is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. And in the evening, for the guys in Canada, that is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's the timing. So if you're looking to go into financial analytics or HR analytics, these are the things that you need to learn and what your learning timeline is like, going through to analytics. Now, last but not the least, cybersecurity analyst. What do you need to learn to get started in cybersecurity analyst? Number one is introduction to cybersecurity, foundation to computing and networking, information security principles, offensive and defensive cybersecurity, cryptographic basics, cyber threat and attack vectors, network security, endpoint security, web and application security, cloud security, incident response and forensic, and we have cybersecurity policies and compliance. So combined together, okay, you're going to be using different technologies to work with. You're going to be working, implementing Wireshark, Splunk, Cisco Packet Tracer, Cisco, Microsoft Defender, Burp Suite, IP Info, ZAP is another calculator, another tool, VMware, Metasploit, who is Kali Linux, and WebCheck. Quite a number of applications you're going to be learning and implementing as a cybersecurity analyst. The total learning timeline is for 4 months, 3 months of live class learning, and 1 month of immersive internship experience. So you have your classes 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. Okay. For either you're in the US or in Canada, it is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. Okay, that's about 7 o'clock in the morning for you guys. Mountain 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time if you are outside the country, if you're in the North America region. Okay. So very immersive learning experience in order for you to get started in any of these career paths. Okay. So if you're looking to get it started, I would say you need to get started as soon as possible. Now, a lot of people are looking to transition into the space, into the tech space. Feel the tech space is crowded. Like a lot of people are learning tech. So would there be a space for me? It's a major misconception most people have. Okay. Now, looking at the role of a data analyst, if you learn data analytics today, what roles can you apply to? Are you limited to just the data analyst position? If you learn cybersecurity, are you limited to just the cybersecurity job? 100% no. Okay, there are other jobs that you can actually apply to within this particular roles. Okay, so take for example the data analyst position. What roles can you apply to? You can apply for the role of a data analyst, obviously, business intelligence, marketing analyst, sales analyst, logistics, supply chain, procurement, operations, product, and customer analyst. And this goes back to exactly what I said earlier. You need to learn a skill that you can easily transition. Ease of transitioning means that these jobs are constantly being recruited for. So if you want to tap into that demand already, okay, and there's still so much roles, the other roles that you can apply to. So you see, there are quite a number of jobs in this domain that you could actually get yourself into. Now, if you're looking at data science, you can apply for all the roles in data analytics. Remember exactly how I explained data science to you. You're going to be answering the three questions. So you do all the questions that the data analyst can answer. What happened? Why did it happen? The data scientist will go one step further on telling you what will eventually happen. So you see, all the roles in data analytics, the data scientists can do the same thing. All right. But you take it one step further, you'll be able to apply for the data scientist position, machine learning, forecasting analyst, demand planning, big data analyst, quantitative analyst, and so on and so forth. Same thing, data engineering. If you learn data engineering, can you only work as a data engineer? No. You have data engineering, you have analytics engineer, BI engineer, AWS cloud engineer, Azure cloud engineer, GCP cloud engineer, ETL developer, big data engineer, and so on and so forth. Okay. Same thing, cybersecurity. Okay, you have cybersecurity analyst, SOC analyst, information security analyst, network security engineer, incident response analyst, yeah, penetration tester, security architect, cyber threat analyst, vulnerability analyst, security compliance analyst. There are other roles that you can apply to. So most people are looking to transition into the tech space feel like there are no jobs. The same thing with the business analyst. You can get a job as a business analyst, business data analyst, process analyst, systems analyst, functional analyst, so on and so forth. Financial analyst, the same thing. You can get a job as a data analyst. HR analyst, you can get a job as a data analyst, like I mentioned earlier. You could also specialize when you start doing your financial aspect. You can get a job as a financial analyst, investment analyst, commercial analyst, credit analyst, treasury. There are jobs. Okay, so and that's the reason why you need to fill the attendance form. So when you get this material, you can actually go online and check that this job actually exists, and you get to see exactly what I'm talking about in today's session. So you see, all you need to do is focus, choose one career path, and double down as much as you can, and that is exactly where we come in. So we have this equation that has really helped our us achieve greatness within the things that we do. It is called a T plus E equation. So it stands for technical skills plus employability skills, okay, equals to the job offer. Okay. Elijah, please could you drop the attendance sheet again? Somebody's asking for it. So the T plus E equation, technical skills plus employability skills equals to the job offer. So if you're good technically, but you are not employable, you likely will not get a job. Okay. So you need to be good technically, and you also need to be good employability wise in order for you to get a job. Okay. So you might be very good. Okay. You might not use Python, you might not do all the technical things that you need to do, but you don't have a good CV. How would they call you? So that's exactly what employability aspect entails. So what we're going to do for you, we're going to help you revamp your CV. So you see your current CV that is not getting you offers, that is not getting you calls from recruiter. We are going to help you revamp it. Okay, at no cost, zero cost. These are all additional to the program itself, free of charge. So we're going to help you revamp your CV, all right, and get it in front of recruiters. Number two, LinkedIn optimization. I talked about your LinkedIn should not just be a social media platform, it should be your repository of projects that you've worked on. Number three is navigating the job market. So I did a little bit for you just now, telling you the roles that you could apply to if you learn the skill. All right. The other thing that we're going to cover is what type of jobs can you do? Where can you apply for these jobs? Okay. How do you get these jobs? How do you network? How do you get offers from job opportunities? That's exactly what we're going to be doing when you're talking about navigating the job market. Where do you apply for jobs? Okay. Where you're currently in Canada looking for a job in the US, where do you get a remote job from the US? Any USD, and you are paying money in Canadian dollars. So, and you all know that USD is better than the Canadian dollars. So Wouldn't you want to look for those kind of opportunity? 100%. How do you get it? That's where we come in to show you. Interview preparation, you apply for a job, okay? In order for you to be successful, you need to interview very well. You need to be able to sell yourself. Now, that's where we come in. We train you. We also practice with you to get you prepared for the interview. So if you have a good CV, you have a good LinkedIn profile, you know where to apply for jobs, you will get interviewed. Now, once you get those interviews, we come in to train you to perform well in the interview process. Number five is job reference. Like I mentioned, you can claim work experience. You can tell recruiters that you're working with analytics and use that your experience in applying for a job. If they ask for a reference, job reference or recommendation letter, we will provide that for you. Now, number six is on the job support. You eventually get a job and you're not too sure how to go about it. We would also provide you with on the job support. Okay. Now, number seven is weekly mentorship session where we bring in people that have gone through analytics and they've gotten a job. They come back and they're usually very excited to share their own story and also work with you on how you can also secure yours. So we call this the body mentorship session. Okay, where people have gone through analytics, have gotten a job, they come back to an OG in getting started. There are more things, okay? There are more. We also bring in experts within the industry to also come in to talk to you. Those are the things that we do. Last but not the least is Upwork optimization. And these are all coming at no cost. No cost. So receiving review, LinkedIn optimization, navigating the job market, interview preparation, job reference, all the job support, weekly mentorship, and Upwork optimization. So you see, everything has been geared towards to help you secure your first job. So learn the skill will also help you with employability as the employability aspect to make it easy for you to transition. So I mean, if you're looking to get it started, this is the best place for you to be in. Okay. So let me just walk you through the entire life cycle. So if you are interested in getting started, once you signify your interest and you start, the first thing you need to do is learn the skill. So how do you learn the skill? We have two platforms, okay? So we have the self-paced platform. I'm going to show you that very shortly. The self-paced platform that shows you how to work on projects at your own pace. And you also have the live classes. So you have it on both sides. So you see, what we're trying to do here is to ensure that you're learning as much as you can. So you have the self-paced material that allows you to learn at your own pace, but we also have the live class, which gets an instructor, an experienced person in front of you to unload you through an actual live project. Number two, you gain project-based experience. So you would also get to build project portfolios like this. I'm going to show you real quick. So this is from one of the ladies that got a job, Victoria, okay, Uchimadu. So you see data analytics portfolio. This contains my project and ability that cut across diverse industries as an analyst. These are some of the projects you worked on in the course, in the training program. So you see, over here, you have deep care hospital ER visit analysis. Over here, you have Redux airline flight analysis on Excel, Expertex food delivery service using Tableau. So you can see different industries, different technologies, and so on. And those are the things that you get to work with. So also the same thing as a business analyst, you would have your own portfolio. As a project manager, you would have your own portfolio. There are quite a number of portfolio that you are going to be building in the training program. So you see, this is a business analyst portfolio. So welcome to my business analyst portfolio where data meets insights and innovation. You know, level content ordering system. You also have Sunshine Resort, British Airways. These are all projects being done as a business analyst. So you see, this one was done in Excel, this was done in Power BI, all right, this one was done in Excel and Power BI. This one was a process analyst, process mapping project, and so on and so forth. So you see quite a number of projects that you will get to work on. So those are the things that you get to work on. So you also have a data engineering project portfolio that you would also, I'm just going to click here to show you it's GitHub anyways, it's on GitHub, which is majorly what you'll be showcasing to recruiters that you get to work with. So you see, this is, August, GAD, okay? And you can see how detailed. I'm going to go to his repository to show you some of the project they worked on in class. So you see the financial data analyst, you see the Alpha Vantage ETL, NYC payroll data integration pipeline, and so on and so forth. Quite a number of projects you'll get to work on, from data engineering to data science to agile project manager, cybersecurity, and so on. So moving on to the next career part, okay, what you need to do, gain employability skills, CV review, LinkedIn optimization, all the things that we talked about, we'll implement all that. And the last thing that we're going to do is networking and mentorship. So you see all the things that we have put together to ensure that you get your job. So from learning the skills to gaining project-based experience to employability skills to networking and mentorship to getting you that job offer. So this is your life, this is a life cycle of someone that goes through to analytics. You learn a skill, you gain product-based experience, you gain employability experience, okay, and you also get networking, you do networking mentorship in order for you to get your dream job. So, like I said, it always seems impossible until it is done. It always looks bad. It always look, and that's the reason why we started Tech Analytics to see how we can help other Africans, how more Africans transition into the tech space. So you see Ebube here. Ebube, this is the message that she was chatting. Okay, she said this was so. My new role is data scientist. First proper job in the UK after Tech Analytics training. This is Ebube. This she currently works with the NHS as a data scientist. This is Whistling. Whistling got a job with Shell UK. She got a job as a sales analyst. That's to tell you also, resound the things I said earlier. Learning data analytics, learning data science doesn't just open you up to just one career opportunity. There are other opportunities that you're not aware of that you can actually do. So Whistling got a job as a sales analyst with Shell UK. Vivian got 3 job offers when people are struggling to get one. Vivian is getting 3, and I'll show you so many other people that are getting 2, 3 offers. So you see there, hi Femena, I trust you're doing great. I come with delightful news. I interviewed with 3 companies and was made offers by all 3 companies, PwC Asset Risk Consultant and Bank Julius Baer. I am sticking with Bank Julius Baer as a data and business analyst. So you see how they're combining these roles together. And that's the reason why, as a business analyst, if you're going through the business analysis training program, you will learn both data analytics and business analysis. So you see, getting 3 offers. You see this also see, today I got a call on a tentative offer to start in July. This is Bukola. She got a job as a people data scientist in Poland. Okay, not just in the UK. You see a lot of people say, "Oh, we have a lot of people getting jobs in different countries, different regions across the world." So you see, this is another person here. Good morning, good afternoon, sir. My name is Roy Shio, a past student of Analytics. I have an urgent situation, sir. I got 2 job offers, the same guy, you guys that are looking to get a job in the UK or US or any place, 2 job offers, and it's hard for me to make a decision. I mean, that's a better problem than I don't have a job. Okay, 2 job offers, and he's looking to, and we jumped on the call and eventually got a job, secured the one that was the best for him. All right. So you see, these are more people that have gone through analytics. So we usually have this session. We usually have this session which we call how I secured a job after going through analytics training. So we call it how I secure a job after training with analytics. So you see, the links are there. I want you to come and listen to these people. And now, these are different set of people again. All the people I've been talking about are all distinct, unique people. So this one that we have here, another set of new people telling you about how they were able to secure a job, going through it analytics. So you say click on any one of them to watch it. So once you click on the link, it goes directly to the video on YouTube. Okay, it goes to the
Joining
video on
from Lagos,
YouTube.
Nigeria.
All right, and
Now
you
let's
see
meet
these
everybody.
guys there.
Just
Over here,
applied.
this is
I
Joel.
hello,
Okay, got a
Dami, can
job
you
as
hear
a
me?
data engineer.
Like I
You
thought I
see
knew.
quite a number of guys that
Okay.
have gone through the
So
trade program and they've secured their first job in the tech space within the same year of them learning. And that's exactly what you need. And that's the reason why we started analytics to help you achieve this. So moving on, without wasting too much time, guys. All right, more success stories because we have plenty. Like I said, we have plenty, over 2,000 plus. If we don't have proof, if we don't have proof, video testimonials, text testimonial, you would likely not believe. But these are actual people. And that's why we put these links there for you to go and watch. You hear what they have to say, okay? If not for analytics, where would they be? That's exactly what you need to be asking. Now, that's exactly where you are. We are here today and you're looking to get it started. You do have a choice. Come and join us. Let's enroll you and get you your first tech job. Okay. So we have the course started on the 5th of October 2024. We have a training program starting next month, the 5th of October. And if you're looking to get it started, I would say start now. Start now. Okay. We're running a whooping discount of 20% for early birds. Okay. So we're running a whooping 20% discount for the early birds. So what we call early birds. So instead of you paying $750, you can actually pay 600 US dollars if you're in the US. If you're in the UK, instead of paying £625, you can actually pay £500. If you are in Europe, you can actually pay 730 euros. Instead of paying 730 euros, you can actually pay 580 euros. That's a huge reduction, don't you think? And if you're in Canada, instead of paying 1,125 Canadian dollars, you can pay 900 Canadian dollars. Now, let me walk you through. So, in order for you to make payment, if you're looking to register, you're looking to get things started, all you need to do is click on the link. Okay, so once you click on this link, give me a second. I'm going to open up my browser. I'm going to show you what it entails. Okay, so all you need to do is I'm going to send the link to the chats. Okay, for you to gain access directly. Okay, give me a second. So once you go to Tenalytics website, just go to www. I'm going to make it easy for you, anyways. Go to Tenalytics. Okay, go to Tenalytics website. Okay, once you go to the website, all right, you'll see view all courses. I'm going to send the link to the chat, but this is the fastest way for you to get access to the platform immediately. You can start learning today. You see here, that's the reason why I say pay now on the website and start learning today. Like you start your journey today. Okay, so rather than starting on the 5th of October, you can actually start today. How do you do that? Go to the website, click on view courses. Okay, click on view courses, scroll down. Now you see all the courses that you have there, all the courses that we discussed today. So you have business analyst, you have financial analyst, data analyst, HR analyst, full stack data science training program. We have the data engineering, agile project management, and Scrum. And we have the cybersecurity program. So we have all the programs in there. So now, if you want to preview the course, you want to see what the course entails. Say you're interested in data analytics, okay, and you want to get started in data analytics. So you see the cost. You see currently we're running the 20% discount and it's limited. It's only available for the first 20 people to register. The discount is only available for the first 20 people to register. So if you're looking to get it started, I would say you should secure your position as soon as possible. So if you go there, you will see the full detail about the training program, full details about the training program. So what the program entails, the description, the curriculum. Okay, so for curriculum, problem solving, what are you going to be learning under problem solving? Everything is identified in there. Microsoft Excel to Power BI to SQL to Tableau to Microsoft Fabrics and ChatGPT for analytics. All the things that you need to learn, they are all stated in here. So everything that you're looking for is on the web page. Okay, so once you click down, you go down, you see the course instructors, you see the course benefits. So you see one of the key benefits here is lifetime access to the course. Lifetime access to the program. 1 month free internship, 1 month one-on-one LinkedIn optimization, navigate to the job market, job and interview preparation, on-the-job support, coaching and mentorship, gaining presence, online presence for job visibility. We'll do all that for you. Job opportunities, the job that you can apply to, completing the training program, and the ratings from the training program from past participants. Okay. Now, if you want to pay, that's exactly what I want to do for you. So click on enroll, click on enroll. All right. You'll need to create an account. You need to have an account on our platform in order for you to make payments. So once you create your account, okay, once you create your account, you can select the course. So once you click on enroll, it takes you to this page and you can then select the course the course you want to start. So if you want to start next month, which is October, fantastic. If you want to start in November, also fantastic. If you want to start in December, fantastic. Okay. So the key thing here is you would have secured your discount. So rather than open, you would have actually secured your discount and you can start on that particular date. Okay. So if you're looking to start in October, in which that's what you are looking at, click on October and then click on proceed to pay. Now, this proceed to pay. This is where I want to show you a new thing that you can now pay in 3 installments. Okay, so rather than the 2 installments that we usually had before, you can now pay in both 2 or 3 installments. So you can see, is that you can do a one-time payment, pay the $600 and you're done. Don't remember that we're running a 20% discount, and that's the reason why price has reduced from $750 to 600 US dollars. Now, you can do a one-time payment of $600, or you can do a 2-month split. Okay, so rather than paying 600 at once, you could actually pay in 2 installments, okay, in order for you to get started. The last one is pay in 3 installments, 3 installments of 200 equal installments. So pay 200 today, and in 1 month's time, pay another 200, and in another 1 month, pay the last 200. And that's the most convenient, anyone that works for you. All right. Some people want to pay once and, get started. Some people want to split it in 2 installments. Some people want to do it in 3 installments. Click on that 3 installment and then click on proceed to pay. So if it's 3 installments you're interested in, you see you have $200 due today. You have $200 due on the 14th of October, and you have another $200 due on the 14th of November. So you see, clearly stated out the timeline for you to make a payment, easy for you to make a payment and get started. So that's for 3 months. If it's for 2 months, it's the same process. It will tell you when to start. 300 is due today, then another 300 is due next month. So you have a month period for you to make your payment. So it's as flexible as possible. Once you click on proceed to pay, okay, and you click on proceed to pay, you put in your name, your email, phone number, and pay for the product. So once you pay for the training program, you get access immediately to the course. You get access immediately to the program. So if I go to my dashboard, once you make your payment, just go straight to your dashboard. You would be assigned the course. You'll be assigned the training program that you paid for. So whatever you paid for, if it's the data analytics you paid for, you would have access directly to the data analytics course, and you can start to learn immediately. Okay? So the live classes start on the 5th of November. Bear in mind, the live classes start on the 5th of no, 5th of October, sorry, 5th of October, where you can gain access to self-paced courses, self-paced material that you can use to learn before the 5th. So you see on week 0, you have introduction to problem solving. So you would learn all this introduction to problem solving even before the classes start. You would also have access to some Excel materials that you can start to watch before the training program starts. So at least, that period that you're going to, instead of you to be waiting, you can start to use it to learn. Okay, so once you start, you're hitting the ground running. Okay, so that's the benefit of you using the website to make a payment. Okay, but if you're not interested in using the website to make payment, okay, I'm going to do one last time. If you're looking to pay via the website, go on the website, or once you click on the website, it literally takes you to what we call view all courses. View all courses. Okay, so you can see there, select any of the courses that you're interested in. If you're interested in cybersecurity, click on view course details. All right, you would see the full theme of all the things that you're going to be learning in the training program, all the things you're going to be learning, and all the things that that's been covered will be discussed in there. You can click here to download the brochure, and you can click here to enroll to pay. So once you click on enroll now, okay, you can select the code that you're interested in, click on November code, click on proceed to pay, click on open chat, main chat. You can click on 2 installment, 3 installment. Once you select your payment, or once you make your payment, it takes you directly to the dashboard page, and the course will be applied. It will be assigned to your profile. Guess what? Again, like I said, you have lifetime access to the material. So once you pay, you get access immediately to the self-paced course. Okay, so over here you have foundation to computing, and you also have a case study that you get to work on. So you see, once you make payment, you start learning immediately. That's what we're trying to achieve. Okay, so the live classes start on the 5th of October. It doesn't mean that you need to wait till the 5th of October to start learning, to start prepping yourself. You could actually start ahead of time, and that's exactly what you have here. Now, like I mentioned, it gives you the opportunity to pay in 3 installments. So, I think that's the best way for you to get started. 3, 2, or if you want to pay everything at once, that's where it comes in. Okay. All right. So, if you're looking to other means of payment, my colleagues are dropping the main stack link in the chat. It's the same process. It's literally the same process. The only difference is just that if you use you would need, if you go through this, all right, you see the installment payment, you could also use that for your installment payments, okay? And you can use that to pay, all right? But I would just advise to go to the website, just go to straight to the website and make payments through the website. I'm going to drop the link now for us to use, okay? I'm going to drop the link now. So once you click on view courses, it takes you directly to the course, okay? So I'm going to post that in the chat. I'm going to post that in the charts now. Okay. So click on the link and then make payment. But if you have any issues at any point in time, guys, if you have any issues at any point in time, please, send a message, send us a message, or you can call any of these numbers, or you can send us a message on WhatsApp, or you can send us an email. You can just on the website you'll see numbers you can call, you can send us an email. Please ensure that you are part of the first 20 people to register if you're looking to get it started. Okay. Let me see. Do I have any questions? If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. I'll be happy to take some questions before we call it a day. But if you've had a wonderful time, can I see a one in the chat? If you had a wonderful time today and you're looking to get things started, I want you to type a one in the chat. Wellington, fantastic. Okay, okay, okay. Fantastic. Good to have you guys on board. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to show you but I've showed you the live class, the self-paced material. Okay, so once you click on the link, I'm going to put it in the chat again. Just going to put it in the group chat. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat. So once you go to the website, analytics.io, and you go to all courses, you can just click here, learn. You can go to all courses, self-paced courses. Okay, sorry, instructor-led courses, instructor-led courses. It takes you to this course itself. Or once you just go to the main website itself, you would see view all courses. That's all you need to do. Click on that. It takes you to the page that has all the courses. Once you pay for the course that you're interested in, either it's an installment payment, it's the first payment, full payment, whatever payment you make, you gain access to the LMS, okay, which is the learning management system. So the LMS is very intuitive, tracks the number of days that you come on the platform. The badges also gives you certificates and so on and so forth on all the things that you need to do. Now, also, gives you access to the course that you paid for. So if it's a data engineering training program that you paid for, you gain access to the course immediately and you can start to learn immediately. So now see what you're going to be learning for the first once you register. You gain access to the introduction to data engineering, the material for data engineering. You also gain access to introduction to data engineering. So what is data? What's big? You start to learn even before the training program starts. Okay, so live classes start on the 5th of October, but you can start learning today. Okay, if you pay today. All right. So all the things that you're going to get access to is the live class that is starting on the 5th of October. Okay. So once you click on that, I'm going to show you the Google Classroom. So I should show you exactly where the live classes are being kept. Okay. So you see, this is what we call the Google Classroom. And this is where all the live classes are being recorded and stored. So your live classes are recorded. So even if you miss the live class, you still have access to the live recording. So click on data. I'm going to show you that of data engineering because that's what I was talking about just a few seconds ago. So you see, for the guys, this guy started, you see it here, C2408. That's the guys that started last month. Okay, 08. The guys that started last month. So you see now, if I click on this, you see welcome to data engineering. These are onboarding material. These are the things. This is one of the reasons why you need to register early so you can be onboarded ahead of time. Okay, and you can start to learn as quick as possible. So you also have important materials, CV sessions, job offers, and so on and so forth. You also have, all the sessions are recorded, all the live classes are recorded. So you see, you can log in with the materials in here and the class recording you see it here. So this is an actual live class. This is one of the live classes from the training program. So you see here, all the sessions are recorded. Like I said, you have lifetime access to the recording, lifetime access to the recording. All right. So and that's basically where you are at this point in time. So pipeline designs and all that. You see, this is an actual live class. So typically our live classes are project led, okay, project led. So all the classes that you're going to be working on live classes, you have an instructor that has a wealth of experience in the space that will be out holding you and guiding you through the journey of the project of the program itself. So it's in two phases. So you have the self-paced material, okay? You have the self-paced material that walks you through project also, hands-on practical. So you see Python for data science, for example, for data engineering, they are all project driven. Okay, all project driven. They are all practical. They are all practical. You've been learning this. It's called watch me do it video. So as you're watching it, you're practicing. You're doing the same thing. All right. So you get access to live classes and also self-paced material to help you learn better. You get access to mentorship programs. Okay, so if you come here, you'll see mentorship programs. So there are pre-recorded sessions that has happened in the past that are still impactful for you. So if you pay for like the business analyst, for example, you click on that. So once you click on view, okay, for mentorship sessions for business analysis, you would have interview preparation sessions, LinkedIn optimization session, Upwork optimization session, CV optimization session, and also last but not the least, employability session. So if you take a look at interview preparation session, you see this is from Karima. Karima got a job as a business analyst, okay? And she's coming back also to tell you how she was able to ace her interviews. So this is Karima, okay? And you can see that she's walking you through the process of how she was able to secure an interview going through after the analytics training program. Okay, so you see this is also another person, Omoto Show, Oladele, how to negotiate for salary. So these are body. What you see is you have body alumni session. These are guys that have gone through analytics, they've gotten a job, and they're coming back to give to people that are looking to get it started. So we have sessions like that that you can learn from. So once you register, you also get access to all this immediately. So you can start to see things that other people have done, implemented, that you can start to do from LinkedIn optimization to Upwork optimization to CV optimization, so on and so forth. Okay. So you see this, there's this session that was held by Adeza, okay? It talked about don't wait until you meet all criteria, apply to that job. Okay, so you see, walk you through a way in which you can actually apply for jobs that you don't even meet up to 70% of the requirement. How do you now get that kind of job? How do you get started? What gives you the long leg, okay, in getting started? So all the sessions are there. So once you pay, all right, you get access to all these materials and plenty more of what we're going to be doing. One-on-one CV review, LinkedIn optimization, another employability training program. So if you want to be a part of the first 20 people, please join now. Start now. Just go to the website and secure your discount now. Don't forget, it's only available for the first 20 people that are looking to get it started. All right. So I'm just registered you a job that offers sponsorship in the UK. I have 3 months left on my visa. Okay. So the thing about this now is you can start now. We can see what we can do. Do you understand? We just need to start now. You don't have any other option, to be honest. There's no other option. So all you need to do is start now. So that's to show, okay, please, if you're looking to get it started, I would say secure a position now and let's start running as soon and as quick as possible. All right. You don't have the time. You don't have the time. You have very limited time in order for you to get the job. So I would say start now. Start as soon as possible. That's the best way you can do that. Okay. Okay. I'm looking at sessions. Can I get a one-on-one session? Yes, we would have a one-on-one session this week. Next week Tuesday. So you want to take a look. You want to register if you're looking to have a one-on-one conversation with myself or Adeza or any of my team members. Okay, you want to have that one-on-one session with us, please come ahead to ask your questions. So we'll be having a session, a clarity session, one-on-one session on Tuesday next week. So if you're looking for clarity, please ensure you register. Okay, so that's basically what we're going to be talking about. And bear in mind that you can select the course and also change later. So if you're not too sure of the career path, pick the one that is most interesting to you, pay for that. You could always make a switch to that at any point in time. So bear in mind that that's not a limitation also. Okay. So how can I reach you personally? I think that's you, Cheryl. Okay. So if you have any questions, please, I'll be happy to take them in the chat. When it comes to projects, are we given the same projects to work on, or we would need to source out? No, no, no. We give you projects. Okay. we give you projects 100%. So let me just show you that. I'll show you different programs so you see exactly where I'm coming from. So I'll show you that of data engineering, for example. So you see for SQL, you have a Metro Bank case study. I'm going to show you this real quick so you see. For you to learn and understand SQL a lot better, you see you have quite a number of projects that you get to work on. So you see, let me just show you this real quick. So this is Metro Bank, okay? That's the name of the bank that you're going to be working on this project. It covers a wide range of financial services, including personal banking, business accounts, loan and investment services. While it's expanding customer base and increasing number of transactions, Metro Bank needs a robust database system. So this project, you're going to be implementing a database. You're going to be deploying an RDBMS, okay, relational database management system. You will learn how to deploy one for using this banking case study. So practical, all practical. So you see the create statement, how you're going to create your database, how you're going to create the tables you're going to work with, everything all practical based. So walking you through practically how to create a database, how to implement, how to use your DDL, DML, and so on and so forth. And that's not all. That's just one case study. You have another case study here, Bonga e-commerce. So you have one on the banking case study. You have another one on e-commerce. So giving you at least two experiences that you can use to, use to sell yourself. So and so on and so forth. So you see, every aspect is case study. So assessing database with Python, you also have, you see, introduction and overview of the case study. So your life classes, your project, everything is case study. Is based on the case study. So this is another case study. This case study explores the development and implementation of a database solution tailored for Bonga e-commerce, leveraging both serverless and server-based technologies. So you see, this is another case study. Now, for data modeling, you have another case study that you get to work with. So you see, data warehouse modeling case study. So you see this, everything is case study driven. So you will have different case studies that we are literally going to hold your hands to guide you on how to perform it, how to do it. Okay, this for data engineering, anyways. If you pay for another course, let's say you're interested in data analytics, okay, it's the same process. All case study driven. Excel, you see introduction to Excel, Excel operations. So you see data cleaning functions. Okay, you have let me just go to any one of them, plain and value function. Okay, you see everything is project driven. They're all practical. So there's no we provide you with everything that you need. How to create your portfolio, how to the project you're going to work on, everything is arranged and developed for you to be able to learn at your own pace and also for you to be able to build your own project. Okay. So I hope that answered your question, Wellington. Everything is provided for you. You literally just need to be available. That's the only thing. It's just your availability. Okay. Um Thank you for 3 songs. I've secured my space. I paid okay, yeah, thanks a lot. Tifa, okay. I have great expectation again. Thank you. Oh, Tifa, it's good to have you on board. Once you make your payment, you see you have access. If you have any issue at any point in time, please just reach out to any of the numbers you see on the screen and we'll make it available for you. So you see the number that you have on the screen, please start learning immediately. Okay, if you've secured your space. Please, I would start my MS this September. Hopefully, to be easy for me to join data analytics for my MSc. I will tell you categorically that if you go through the training program, it will help you with your masters, okay, and it will also help you secure a job even before you complete your masters. So if you're looking to start in this September, okay, this month, I'll tell you start, learn side by side. Okay, learn side by side. Don't wait till you finish the training program before you start looking for a job. It's not advisable. Get a job before you finish your masters. And how do you do that? Starting early. The training program will help you with your masters and will also help you secure a job faster, before you even complete your master's itself. So if I pay, can I get access to the course? Yes, to all these courses. No, no, you pay for one course, you can't get access to everything. You pay for one course, you gain access to all the materials that we have for the course, every single thing. So if you pay for cybersecurity, for example, I'm just going to go to or business analysis or HR analytics, you get access to the entire course on the program itself. So from week 0 all the way to week 12, you would gain access to every single thing. So you see that everything is case study driven. Every aspect of the training is case study different and practical hands-on case study. For this particular case study, you're using Splunk, and you can see here you're downloading Splunk to getting Splunk installed and leveraging it for for netpoint for this one for endpoint security. And this is exactly what you're doing. All practical, all case study driven, so you can understand how this is being used in the actual real world. Okay. So let me see the other question. Also, is it instructor-led or self-paced? It's a mixture, it's both of them. So you have access to self-paced materials. You also have access to live classes. Let me show you an example of a live class. So if I'm going to be using cybersecurity, for example, so I'm going to go to classwork. So this is where we store all our live classes. Like I said, even if you miss a class, you'll gain access to the recording. All the sessions are recorded, and you'll gain access to the recorded session. And you also have lifetime access to the LMS, the self-paced, and also the live class materials. You have lifetime access to everything. So if I click on, let me just go straight to week 5, offensive and defensive cybersecurity. You see case studies and classwork. Let me show you the case. So you see it here, the material is there. This is an assignment that is given to them. So you see endpoint security breach in an healthcare organization, case study. So this is a life class, okay? So medical health, a large healthcare organization operates hospitals and clinical across regions, blah blah blah. Scenario, this is a scenario that happened. Task for cybersecurity students, offensive cybersecurity exercise, endpoint exploitation, okay, malware simulation, post-infection activities. Then you also have defensive security exercises. So if you're going for cybersecurity, these are kind of case studies that you get to work on. Okay. Offensive and defense, this is the recording, the class recording that you're going to be working with. So you have the recording. I'm going to share this with you real quick. I'm going to put this aside. It's just, you can see this is almost like a 4-hour session. Okay. So it breaks it down for you to be able to do this by yourself. So you see, you're going to be working with Kali Linux, you're going to be working with different cybersecurity technologies to get you started. Okay. So you'll be doing this. This is with an instructor in class. So it's a mixture of both self-paced materials and live classes. So you see, it's an immersive learning experience. I won't lie to you. Immersive in the sense that you have both. So you can learn at your own pace, and you also have an instructor to also guide you through real life projects and so on. Okay, so that's exactly what you get. I hope that answers that question. Okay. If you have made your first installment and waiting to join the November call, can you gain access? Yes, you get access to the materials also. All right, but it will be limited to just the first 2 weeks. Okay, that's the maximum you can get to. All right, but yeah, you will get access to it 100%. Data engineering science, I mean for data science, you can't pay for one course and get access to 4 courses. Okay, so if you pay for data analytics, you only get access to data analytics. If you pay for data science, you get access to just data science. That's what you're. If you want to come back, we give you a discount, returning customers. So you learn data analytics and you want to come back and do data engineering, you can get to that. Okay. So all I would say, repeat it also, please, to get access to the website, to get access to the course immediately and start now, start learning now. Okay. Live classes will start on the 5th of October. But if you want to get started now, go to the website and secure your position now. Now. So we're going to be having a session. We're going to be having another clarity session on when? On Tuesday next week. So if you're looking to get in started, please take out time, be part of the first 20 people to register, and let's get started. So anyway, this is where we're going to call it a day, guys. If you're looking to get in started, I would say start as soon as possible. And I'll be looking forward to having you on board. So thank you very much. Bear in mind that it's just for the first 20 people. Okay. And it always seems impossible until it is done. It always seems very hard. It seems impossible until it's done. So what I want from you today, all right, once you get the slides, you can go on YouTube, go to Analytics, and this is where I would want you to listen to what the people have gone through Analytics. Go to playlist. We have like an entire playlist of people that have gone through Analytics.
Hello everyone, my name is Joel Madmere, and in
Okay.
September last year I
So this is Joel.
enrolled for the data engineering program. And after an intensive training, I was able to get a job. And I want to say a big thank you to Analytics, because interview I got, most of the things that I was able to speak about was because of the capstone project. Yes, the capstone project really stressed us, really grounded me in lots of skills in Airflow, in AWS, and these are things that I could very confidently talk about. And plus, the tools and the resources I used for the interview were tools that were given during the mentorship session. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone at Analytics, to the instructors, to everyone. I just want to say thank you, because I wouldn't have gotten a job without Analytics. So I just want to say a big thank you to Analytics. And if you're thinking about enrolling into any program, don't think twice. Go for it. Thank you.
All right. So see,
Hi,
these are
everyone.
people that have gone through the training programs. You listen to them. These are actual people that have gone through the training program and secured a job. Financial analytics, HR analytics, data analysts, cybersecurity, what do you call them, project managers, and so on and so forth. So this is Bukola.
Hi everyone.
This Bukola got a job as a people data scientist. You see, people that have gone through the training program.
Hello,
They've gone
the
through the
truth of the
training
matter
program.
is,
Okay. So you see, I want you to come here, watch as much as you can, and get started within your career path. So the discounts are available only for the first 20 people. So I would say secure your discounts as soon as possible. We'll be, 3 installment, 2 installment, are you gonna pay in full? Fantastic, that's good. I'm looking forward to having you guys on board. So thank you very much again. I had a wonderful time. And I'm pretty sure you also had a wonderful time in today's session. And I'll be 100% willing for you to come in and let's see how we can also help you get started in the tech space. Thank you very much, everyone. And have a wonderful evening or have a wonderful day, depending on your time zone. Thank you very much, guys. And cheers and bye for now.